Ladies and gentlemen, we are here, not cool in high school, live once again. Yeah, we have a lot to unpack today. We're talking Ninja Turtles. Some current news is going on, so the Ninja Turtles will be the second half of the show. First half will be what we're into, what we're talking about, news, what we watched, all that fun stuff. A little off today. It's my first day back at work after my COVID incident, so I'm a little. Took a little nap before the show, and I'm just
I have
having some camera
stomach issues.
issues.
It feels like there's weight in my stomach, so it's like
You have to poop real bad.
maybe
It's just a big poop.
Yeah,
You got a big poop. Yeah.
We want to say, if you are watching this right now, we are going live on the IWEP network on Facebook, as well as our interviews with everyday people on YouTube. So the old IWEP network that was on YouTube, cool,
keep going.
is now turned into the Interviews with Everyday People YouTube channel. We will have our own YouTube channel for this show. So if you search Not Cool in High School podcast, it may take a little bit for it to show up because it's so conditioned to go to the other channel because it has more subscribers and there's more content with that name on it. But it is there in the links in the below, or if you go to our link tree, the YouTube link is there. If you go to the website and go to videos, it will take you to that website. We would hope that if you are watching this live or watching it back, to go subscribe to that YouTube channel, because the way we're going to do this from now on is the only way you're going to be able to watch this show live is on that YouTube channel. We will stay on here and Twitch, but we will no longer go live on Facebook, and we will no longer go live on Twitter for now.
You can still comment on YouTube though, right? Live comment.
Yep, you can live comment. You can still do everything you got to do there. I really want to drive the engagement up on YouTube. Facebook's too hard to see how you're doing, because if someone just kind of takes a second and glimpses through a video, you get credit for a full view.
Oh, okay.
And it's hard to see really how we're doing. The biggest thing we're going to try to do going into 2022 is really, we want to push engagement. We want to talk to you. We want to be interactive with our audience, and it's really, really hard to do that when there's zero interaction. I know we said before, when this show took a little bit of a break, that the reason we shut it down is because we didn't know where we stood with yous, and then we shut the show down, and everyone's like, "Yo, we really missed these shows. Why'd you get rid of them?"
Think about it.
Yeah.
How often do you contact the podcast that you listen to?
I do. I call Kryptonite podcast.
Yeah, I
don't either.
Ever talk to them.
But
unless it's a paid class for me, I don't like. I give it a like, a subscribe, or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I don't comment much on it.
But
I like the Kryptonite when they post it. But if I don't see it, I don't go out and hey.
The thing is if when people comment, we want to show that we comment back, and
I know.
We want to build a community.
Saying, like a lot of people just don't even. Think
it's tough. It's we're trying to figure out how to fix that. You know, it's a challenge. It's tough. You know, it's hard to just scream into a void. You know, like
but you know, it's one of the things you can't force success.
Sure. No, I'm not forcing
like
it, but I also can't dedicate as much that we're doing into this and being like, hey guys, keep showing up and doing this. And it's just like, there's
only 2 people listening. It's not worth it.
Yeah. But that's what we're trying to find out is YouTube is kind of inflating me. Like, hey, you have like 100 people watching or 200 people. And you're like, I'm not really sure where we stand. So I think if we just kind of the audio is where it's one place, the videos on another, we can really see where we stand and how we're doing. We started making clips of the shows, which is super exciting. Thank you, Kelly, for the huge help with that. They've been really, really good. She's been doing clips for every single show. So we're kind of putting out little tidbits for people.
I'm trying to keep them like under 2 minutes, not only to be able to share them with you guys, but I think people's attention spans, especially with TikTok now, is very short.
Yeah. And anything over 3, TikTok doesn't now. I know you had those 2 clips that you kind of put in the 60-second reels.
Yeah.
I am going to put the full clips that you did send me back up for as posts, because I think there was some good stuff there. So if you do want to engage, talk, support us, we do have our website, iwepnetwork.com. That will link you to our Patreon as well as our merch. If you want to support us, we want to thank our Patreon subscribers, Crystal Mountain Healing, Kelly, Tommy Borsrath, Tree of Life Metaphysical Shop, Higher Than Other Words, Jay Horror, and Austin Blackwell. If you are watching live, it is a little bit of a different, little different tonight. Nikolai, the Cabana Boys are away from us at a remote location, so we're trying this out tonight.
Undisclosed.
So let's get a quick mic test for you guys.
Hello.
You're hidden away.
Yeah.
Would not be my bedroom. The old school Not Cool in High School route where we got a rack, hung up a backdrop, and
nailed it.
Hey, no one knows what's behind that backdrop. Could be anything. Could be the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I mean, we can still technically be in a kitchen, but who knows? You know. or we could be in a $1 billion facility
Mhm.
paid for
NASA.
by these 6 Patreon
Space
subscribers.
Force.
Yeah. So we have a lot of fun stuff to dive into. Let's get into our first little bit here, some news of what's going on. I'll start with one of you Cabana boys. Who wants to step up first?
Cabana.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
I don't know. Has there been any news?
Rock Band actually had some
All
huge
right.
news today. They just got the company Harmonix that makes the Rock Band series is now been acquired by Epic Games, who are the people who are responsible for Fortnite. So I'm actually pretty excited for that. That sounds like it's going to be a good deal for them.
Wow. So Epic Games picked up Harmonix.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Now, for people who are all like, well, that I don't know what that means. Epic Games has made a lot of money in this Fortnite realm. And
they do some on Gears of War too.
yes, they're part of the Gears of War franchise too. They're also a company who, if they feel like they have a fan base or a niche, they will keep adding to it and adding more licenses and they stick with their brand, which is nice to hear. So this may be even cooler for people who are in that Rock Band community because it is very niche. It's not like it was at one point in time.
No. Maybe they're gonna try to do that. Maybe they'll like have a new Rock Band, new Millennium.
I don't know if they'll
try
make
to
a
put
new
out
game,
a new one with I don't know. Maybe
but they may add
instrument.
more content to it. Like here's some
Yeah.
more season pass, or maybe we'll pay for more licensing for
'Cause
songs.
you could
that
always
add-
change the way it works. Like let's say they have 6-button guitar. I don't know.
Yeah. So that's a cool thing. When did that announcement come out?
Actually, just this afternoon, I believe.
Oh wow.
Holy shit! That's freaking right off the press today.
I'm
Hot
waiting
off the
for
press.
Fortnite characters to join Rock Band, playable characters and stuff.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that was the thing. Like they have clothing and stuff, but they really didn't go too deep into it.
No, you just kind of create your own person.
Mhm.
Whereas like Rock, Guitar Hero, it was like pre-made characters.
Yeah. So what are you hoping for with this merger, this buyout?
I'm hoping for a lot more content because lately that they've been putting out, it's kind of like Rock Band Network where people made songs and they're just getting licenses for those older songs. So I'm hoping it's a lot more newer stuff. Like this season, they've gotten like the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Today, they just released Olivia Newton-John's Physical on Rock Band. So I hope there's a lot more like really popular stuff that comes out because of this.
You have any news or anything going on, Nikolai?
Not any news, no.
All right, Eddie, have you came across anything?
The second part of He-Man comes out today. Well, came out today. Master of the Universe Revelations. Did not get to watch it. Didn't have time because I was having stomach problems. But yeah, sure. The next 5 episodes came out, and what else came out? Something hit Netflix. I posted about it. What was it? Jesus.
Have I seen the He-Man?
I just had it. Yeah.
If I had time.
Oh,
I would watch
Hawkeye. The Hawkeye came out
Hawkeye,
today.
yeah.
No,
Oh,
tomorrow's Wednesday. Hawkeye comes out Disney Plus, and also Hulu Live is raising their thing $5, but you get Disney Plus and ESPN Plus included now.
Yeah.
So you don't
They had,
have
like a
extra.
package before.
They did, but it was more money.
Oh.
It was like let's say $75, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Hulu Live was $64, just Hulu Live. So now they're raising it 5, so it'll be $69. But you get Disney Plus and Hulu. So I guess if you had that, you just get whatever, and then you go to $69. So it would save a few bucks. I'll never use the ESPN, but I'll use Disney Plus. I mean, I don't want it to go up $5, but
Yeah. So is Hawkeye like? Do I have to watch something else before watching?
no, all you gotta do is Hawkeye is training a young girl named Kate Bishop.
Haley Steinfeld.
Yes. That's all you gotta know. And then he shoots bows and he was on the Avengers. And he had adventures. That's it. The girl's brand new. You're gonna get her
Don't
whole
you even
storyline.
suggest watching Black Widow before that?
I didn't see Black Widow, but I don't think you'd have to.
I think just the end credit scene.
I think,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. I would suggest watching Black Widow before you do that. That was one of the better Avenger movies, I think. I watched that. I loved it.
I'm behind by a couple. Some
By
some
all
fall
of
by the wayside, like
That
the
movie,
Wasp one, Ant-Man Wasp 2. I was like, I don't
that
care.
Black Widow movie was long overdue for a lady Marvel movie. You know,
I think the last one I saw was
I wouldn't have picked Black Widow though.
who was it? Miss
No.
Marvel or what was the
Captain
one?
Marvel.
Captain. That was
See,
the
that
last
one
one I
fell.
saw.
That one fell short.
Well, they were limited. They
Oh,
couldn't pick no
like-
X-Men, and they couldn't pick
But I don't know much.
Fantastic Four. So there goes all
Love
your big,
Scarlett Johansson.
there goes all your big women.
But Black Widow just never landed for me as a Marvel character.
No,
No,
I liked her.
didn't care. Did you guys have any news?
Me, just what I'm into right now.
Okay.
Oh, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl came out, and
Yep.
Diamond was out selling that new Battlefield, which apparently has a lot of bugs.
Yeah.
It's in real bad shape.
Yeah, the only positive thing with the new Battlefield that people are liking, there's a weird echo coming from you guys over there. Let me see if I can
That's
fix
just
that.
their ghost chirping. I'm a ghost. I'm chirping.
They're in a haunted
Yeah.
house.
The noise cancellation's on too. I'm not sure. All right.
Good haunted house.
But the Battlefield is having issues where a lot of people are like the maps that you're provided and the game mode you're provided,
Mhm.
people are having fun with, but they think that there's maybe more is too sometimes less is more, where the game map modes are like here's 100 and some people per game,
Mhm.
and the maps are huge and people just aren't. I think a lot of it comes down to if you're not a Battlefield player
Yeah.
and you join into it, you're probably not gonna have a good experience
Yeah.
because you have to learn the game.
Which I mean, they gotta learn every game. But I've seen the submachine guns are more accurate than rifles. And the one guy had a video where the guy's on the cliff and he's shooting him with the rifle, and it's like perfectly behind him. He's like, "Why are my shots not landing?"
Yeah.
So there's some collision detection wrong.
Mhm.
Just a lot of bugs.
But there is
so I'd wait on Battlefield if you're a Battlefield person.
yeah, one of the things that people are really liking about it is they're making community, like a community mode where you as the community can make a game, like a map.
Oh, that's
you
cool.
can set all
like,
the rules
like the
of
Halo
what-
Forge.
Yeah, but like insane. So
Mm.
one of the rules I've seen is like you can only have rocket launchers, but the only way you can pick up ammo or like reload your gun is you had to crouch 5 times. So once you hit the crouch button 5 times, then it reloaded your gun.
Oh god,
So,
so
like-
wacky stuff.
So it's like bang. Like so, and that's like the cool
what if
thing
you're
that
being like,
you're dead.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
there's
That's-
people
that's
around,
the
you're just gonna die.
strategy.
Yeah,
You
so
just
that
die.
like it's letting people really customize fun game modes, and I think people are more latching onto that than the actual games that the
Probably, yeah.
yeah. So
You can be wacky about it.
yeah, people are really looking forward to that, but it is having problems. Speaking of problems, I just seen here, IGN gave the review of Resident Evil.
Oh, okay, the movie now. This is the
They gave
official
it a
movie.
6.
Ugh.
Yeah.
How can it be any worse than the other one?
So what they just said is Resident
How?
Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City should serve as a decent fun for the fans of Resident Evil games,
Okay.
only if you want to find all the Easter eggs and references scattered throughout. And that's pretty much all it really said.
So what? There's like no plot line to it then? Not a good
Um,
storyline?
I mean, if you just take the first game, I know it's the first game and second game.
Here's what they said is that it's this is the Welcome to Raccoon City. No, this isn't the movie. This is Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City the movie, or
Yes,
is that
the show is not out yet. The show is next year.
Okay, well, so Welcome to
This
Raccoon
is the
City
show they
is
reviewed.
not the worst video game adaptation we ever seen, or the worst Resident Evil movie. But those bars are pretty low. The director does serve credit for sticking to as much closely as the source material than the other one. But this short runtime and rushed third act with a lack of elements to make it truly scary and hold back immensely. So only a 6.
Wow.
I'm still excited, but I'll give it a shot.
I'd like to watch it. Short runtime, but it's 2 games. Like you
Yeah.
could have made a movie out of the first game.
I would have just did the mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. That's maybe it's too much like all jumbled together.
This end of the year for movies is pretty crazy. You have Resident Evil, you have Spider-Man, you have The Matrix, you have
Ghostbusters.
Batman coming really like not the
Is
end of the
that-
year, but
This year?
I
Or
think
is that next year?
There's a bunch of
I
stuff
think that's
coming out
next
by
year.
Christmas. When
yeah.
we saw
But
the
Batman's not
previews.
too far away. It's like
Yeah.
early next year.
Oh, that 8-bit Christmas is going right to HBO Max.
Okay.
Yeah, the one they're trying to get Nintendo. I just
Well, I
seen
mean,
that.
there's a lot of new stuff coming out already because when we were at the movies, there was a whole bunch of previews and they're all like,
The only
Christmas
thing
time
that stood
coming
out for me preview wise was we're in the theater and I'm like, what the fuck is this movie? It's like this guy's like, it's the guy who plays Shazam. He's like, I wanted to be a quarterback and I'm bagging groceries. I'm like, is this a fucking Kurt Warner movie? Because I'm like, when you're getting older and you
Who's Kurt Warner?
so Kurt Warner he played NFL quarterback, but he literally was a good quarterback. He was decent, but he never really got drafted. He never went to pro. He kind of was just like a guy who was like wouldn't let go of a dream, like just and then he ends up getting signed to a arena football league.
Oh,
And
okay.
he's dominating.
Yeah.
And then the NFL kind of had like a player strike
Mhm.
where a lot of players didn't want to come because they were having some issues.
So, I picked
So
him up.
they're like, hey, this guy's killed in the arena football league. He comes in and just like
Sucks.
has an amazing
Oh, really?
NFL
Well, good
career,
for
like,
him.
wins a Super Bowl, the
Yeah.
whole 9, and they're making a movie on his
Oh.
life.
Oh,
Sookie-
okay.
But-
Sookie from True Blood plays his wife
Oh,
or
yeah?
girlfriend.
And he had like a
Married
fucked
something?
up,
Anna
like
Paquin,
he
yeah.
just hit the NFL. He's still like poor, like he's not making big money because it's like a
Arena
scab
football don't
season.
pay, yeah.
And
So it's kind of like an Invincible.
yeah, but like
basically.
his house gets destroyed by a fucking hurricane. Like he,
Oh, poor
like he
guy.
went through a lot of shit like during his run, and he has a good story, but
I could watch that whole preview and still not know who it is. I'm like, who-
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's one of those
honestly,
things
I
like-
didn't know who it was either.
It definitely looks like one of those like feel good because when they finally sign him and they give him money, I don't know if it was the arena
Yeah,
football, and then he's like, "You pay me for a touchdown." He's like, we pay you to win or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh.
It's just interesting when you know you're getting older that people you've actually seen in sports history are now being the movies, and you're like, I remember actually seeing that. Like we never got like a Michael Jordan movie. Like we got Space Jam, but we never we've never seen like they're making Jackie Robinson, they're making like Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
That wasn't our generation.
No,
But we're still living through that.
Wasn't even our
So this is like for
generation.
me really like the first one where you're like, oh, I actually know this story.
Okay.
So I thought it was pretty interesting. I was like, I'm seeing Ghostbusters as a 35-year-old man, and they're making a Kurt Warner movie. I was like, I'm getting old. This is it.
I would
Like when
say-
Hulk Hogan movie comes out, you're like,
Yeah.
fuck, like they're making a movie about that guy already. I'm old enough to see the movie
Well,
based on Hulk Hogan.
Been around.
But I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's weird. Like, cause usually a lot of that
No,
stuff is
I
Warner.
have the same kind of feeling anymore when I go to the theaters. Like especially with this Ghostbusters movie, I can't wait to see it. But it's like, man, I love this as a kid. Now they're remaking it. It looks like a good remake on like the lady version.
I
I
like
guess.
the lady one.
I liked it too.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't watch it.
See, I enjoyed
couldn't
it.
watch
Yeah.
I enjoy. I thought it was funny.
Bring myself.
I'll
to
say
do it.
this: the guys had enough time to make a third one before Egon died.
Yeah,
They
they
had enough
did.
time.
They didn't.
Anyway,
Yeah. I will say this. Remember when we did all like our fan theories on what they should do in this movie?
yeah,
We were very close.
really, Ghost of Egon.
We were very close. We were very close.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good. I'll get into that in a little bit here in a bit. But the other news, I just had it up. It's actually a movie trailer. The Spider-Man trailer dropped again.
Yeah, I watched it. It was very good.
Did
I
you
like
see?
Electro. It has his power makes the old outfit.
He actually
It
has
looks
the
much
outfit.
better. He's not blue. He's black man. And it's like, okay, it looks way better.
Did you see the? Man, my ears are ringing so fucking bad right now.
Mm.
Did you see the European version that got leaked first that people were like dissecting?
No.
So in the very end, you seen all like Sandman.
Oh, yeah,
lizard,
yeah, I seen
and
Sam-
then
yeah.
he's jumping at them, and they didn't cut as quick as they thought they were needed to cut. And as you see them colliding, he's going to land that first punch,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden, Lizard gets punched in the face. So he gets.
Oh,
You see
the
his
opposite
body
end.
react to a punch,
Yeah,
and no one knows. Like, so they're like, "Oh, they digitally scrubbed something out of this scene."
yeah.
So it
It's
leads to more speculation.
Andrew
that,
Garfield or
that are
Kobe. Why
more
wouldn't they be in it?
yeah,
Come on.
it's got to be all three.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
you have to put all three, and then you put Spider-Ham at the end, or you
Okay.
put 2099 or Miles.
Did you guys see that at all? The trailer that kind of leaked.
I didn't see the trailer. My brother was telling me about it on our drive back from Best Buy.
Yeah.
But before we get too past the I feel old thing,
Oh yeah.
while we were at Best Buy, we were like, we need a headphone splitter. We all know what this is, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right. Well, I made the mistake of asking an employee, and they're like, "What?" They were so, and they're like, "Well, what for?" I'm like, "I mean, for headphone, like for the computer." And he's like, well, "What brand?" I'm like, "Nah, it's not really a thing." But like, I don't know. It like blew his mind what I was trying to.
Double check. Like, take your one earbud out and make sure we're not coming through your laptop still too, because I can kind of hear myself. Like we can
Really?
hear ourselves coming through a little bit.
Yeah, I hear something.
You are.
Check.
That's so weird that they don't. They're at
We
Best
were?
Buy and they have no idea.
yeah. If you worked at Best Buy though, you'd be at least 18. Right? Let's say 20.
Can you hear us?
You would have seen a headphone splitter.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, I knew it was something. I was like, we're
Because-
coming through two sources.
Yeah, iPhone just got rid of their headphone jack. What with the
So does
Oh.
Samsung.
with the 9?
No,
it's
yeah,
or
with
the
the
10,
with
yeah.
the 10 or
So-
my 12 don't
So that
have
means
any.
5 years ago, people were using headphone jacks.
Yeah.
So this kid, unless he's a complete idiot, should know.
Or just started.
Yeah.
At like
But even-
18.
Yeah, but even if you're 18 5 years ago, because kids know cell phone stuff, they were
Mhm.
like, "Oh, here, let's watch this in the store, but here you go, so you can listen to it." Like, boop, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to
It's
use
not
a
like you
dongle
said-
now.
where's the VCRs
I feel like
at?
some people, like kids now, like I've noticed younger kids, like at work, even on their breaks, like they don't use headphones.
No.
Like they just play their shit.
I know, I hate
loud.
that.
Dude,
That's
I fucking hate when
Yeah.
people
I
are like
hate it.
they answer a phone and go straight to speakerphone.
my
yeah, and then they
Yeah.
do this and they hold it like right here. Well, if you're gonna do that,
I saw
go
the
3 more inches and do this.
I
But
saw-
for people watching, I'm holding it
Oh.
in front of
I
my face
saw
and then
the
putting it in my
best
ear.
yesterday at Longwind Gardens. I mean, we were all taking pictures. I had my T6, and there's this lady with her iPad like this taking pictures. I'm like, why in the hell
Oh,
do you have
yeah.
your iPad and you're taking pictures with
People-
that?
I've
If
seen a
you
lot of
answer
people
your
do
phone
that.
next to me on speaker, I'm going to talk with your conversation.
I think speakerphone one of the worst inventions ever. I don't want to hear a conversation. I don't give a shit.
I only do that sometimes, like in the car.
People
if
do that
I
on break.
can't,
Like,
I can
I'm on
see that.
break
I do it at
and they're
home.
listening to
I
YouTube
do it at
videos
home because
on
yeah,
full
then I
blast
can
for everyone to
multitask.
hear. It's
Yeah.
like, what the
That's
fuck are
crazy.
you doing?
It's
I don't do that
usually
in public. Like,
No.
or
low
around
life.
people.
Well,
Weird.
that's like when you're hiking too, and then people have like the little JBL clips, which I have the JBL clip speaker too for at home or when I'm outside gardening. You were outside walking and and hiking, and you hear somebody else's rap music or whatever it may be, and it's like, oh god, like why can't I just?
Yeah,
And it pushed them off
I
the
always
cliff.
think, must you? Like,
Yeah.
do you really have to listen to music 24/7?
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's
Like,
even
all
a
the
sign
time.
in the break room that says like if you're going to watch videos on your phone, like turn them down. Like be polite.
Yeah, there's a
but-
sign at the gym that says no personal speakers allowed,
Mhm.
headphones only,
Yeah.
and that's how it should be.
Exactly.
I don't want you to listen to my music.
Put
well,
fucking
then
earbuds
I don't
in.
listen to your music.
Hate it.
Yeah, it's that low lifes do that, especially with grocery
That's
stores.
our old people yelling at young people segment.
Well, I think a lot of it now though is everyone has Bluetooth headphones,
Yeah.
so it's not even like people need to know what a splitter is because there's no wire anymore.
Mhm.
That's true. Yeah.
But it was
It's
still
funny
annoying.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, really? We don't know what this is. So we actually went over to look, like, you know where they have like the wall phones and stuff? How it's like the land of old technology. We were like, maybe it's over here because this
Landlines.
Yeah,
is, yeah, like,
Like all dead art over there.
yeah.
Answering machine.
You walk through, it's like cobwebs on
Yeah.
that side of the store. Like they don't go near it.
there's a sign that says Radio Shack. Like what?
Oh,
And you have any news?
I just saw there's season 2 of Dollface. If anybody's seen that.
no, I didn't see
It's
that.
Kat Dennings, and she just
Oh,
gets out
it's
of
Kat
like
Dennings.
yeah.
Dude,
Let's
I
watch.
don't know how she keeps track of
She-
everything she watches. She just fucking watches
I
like
do.
100 shows back to like
I
each.
forget all the time. I just started writing down.
Like I'll take a nap, wake up, and she's on a completely different show. Like 5 episodes in, I'm like, what
I'll
the
binge watch
fuck
season.
are
Wow.
like,
you
every
doing?
day.
I can't. I wish I could. Wish I
Yeah.
had the time.
But anyway, she gets out of a long-term relationship, and then she tries to like reconnect with all the people that she's kind of lost touch with. So I thought they might have canceled it because it took a while, but I just saw today that there's season 2, and there's season 2 of The Rock coming in March or Young
Oh
Rock.
yeah, Young
Young
Rock
Rock.
too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Boy, was that a fucking. I know this is not the wrestling show, but holy fuck, did
That
they
was
dropped the
good.
ball there.
Yeah.
it was
Hey,
a really good
Guess
show.
who's
though.
coming? Guess who's coming? There you go.
He did more for another wrestling
Yeah, for
company he
TNA,
never
yeah.
wrestled for, more than his 25th anniversary. And then like the whole egg thing that they, I guess on Raw, they just said like it wasn't him at all.
Yeah.
it was another
It's
wrestler.
So stupid. So stupid.
Wow, like this is like
Don't watch it.
it's crazy how like people who are we're losing a microphone, whoever's sitting a cable.
Oh, that's me.
Um,
My foot.
The fucking all the wrestling fans like I can't stand how people are so critical. It's like how can you not be like you literally promote this guy for 20 they said it in the arena, they kept playing those promos and it would just be like
Oh,
and everyone
God.
would go yeah,
Like literally
and then
every
it would just
commercial.
be it would be the promo on the screen and it wasn't
Yeah.
his actual music and they'd be like oh
Mhm.
and they said
Oh.
every single time they did
What a-
the arena the place
What a
erupted.
tease.
See,
And
that-
then he never showed up.
That's a
They,
bad
like,
tease.
yeah.
Then they tease like Brock Lesnar might be coming tonight.
Nope.
Yeah.
And he never showed up. Like the
So did
the pay-
anybody show up?
no,
for that?
the pay-per-view went off air with no
It was
surprises.
just done. Yeah.
But the whole show was for The Rock.
The
For The
Rock's
Rock, yeah.
25th anniversary,
And
and
they
he has a
wasn't
new
even
movie.
there.
They promoted.
Yeah.
Could have sent in a
movie,
video.
like, literally every.
Yeah, he didn't
commercial
even
was
send in a
like-
video like, "Hey guys, can't be here tonight. Love you."
Steve Austin
Yeah.
sent in a video. Apparently.
What was the what was the movie that we saw?
The Red Point or something. His movie's called.
Not Superman. No, Red
Crypto.
Notice, but
Crypto. He's playing. He's the voice of.
So maybe
Crypto the
that's
dog.
what he's doing.
Oh, the DC,
is this
yeah,
the,
the-
is this
the
the
pets.
Marvel pets? Yeah,
DC
that
Pets,
look cute.
yeah.
So maybe
DC,
that's
yeah,
why.
It's the
right.
DC pets, but it's only one DC pet. It's only Crypto, and then he has normal dogs that get superpowers.
Oh, really?
Do you know
I-
that Wardlow has a dog like that, and its name is Crypto.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I
He's
did
a
not know
big
that.
Superman fan.
Yeah.
very big.
Streaky's the cat. You gotta have there's like a monkey. Someone has a monkey.
Bruce. Well, he's not really a super dog, but
There's a
Bruce.
squirrel.
Bruce is
There's the bat.
Batman's dog.
There's the bat cow that Damien had.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll go that deep. And there's
Yeah,
like the
so
bad
maybe
ones.
between that and this movie that they're just wrapped up, maybe he was busy. I don't know.
Yeah, but I
Or
would.
Young Rock.
Well, he was in Australia. They said filming a movie.
I'd have been
So,
like, dude, film something
yeah.
and send it to us.
Yeah,
Red
just like
Notice.
2
Yeah, like
a minute
video,
clip.
like a
A
like
little clip would have done wonders.
So
b-
much,
besides
yeah.
not having anything.
Yeah,
you know, just a total letdown.
Roman, you
Horrible.
want to use the Rock's move
Yeah.
on the Rock show with the Rock debut? That's it.
Yeah,
I'll see you
Something.
whenever.
something.
it's
Yeah.
crazy.
And Yellow Jackets. I want to watch.
I seen an
It's
ad for that today. I had
Juliette
no
Lewis
idea what it was.
and Christina Ricci. I'm not sure, but it looks kind of like
No, she came out of the darkness, didn't she?
Yeah,
Christina
like-
Ricci. Like I
Yeah,
haven't seen
Adam's
her
Family
in-
1,
she's
2,
pregnant.
Yellow Jacket.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
from the
well, I think of
preview
her
I
in
saw,
Sleepy
it looks
Hollow.
witchy.
So
Okay, yeah.
it looks a little witchy, so I don't know. It
Yeah.
looks good.
And
I'll have to look into that too.
And this will be our last news section, and then we'll get into the movies and what we're watching. But the biggest news of all, we have crowned the new sexiest man alive,
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Finally.
Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
Oh,
at an undisclosed age.
Let's just say let's give it up for like the average people. You know what I mean? Like I feel like if Paul Rudd's the sexiest man alive, I think we're putting the bar at a realistic level.
Yeah,
Paul Rudd's a good looking guy,
Yeah.
but he looks like a
Yes.
guy that like lives in school
he
county.
doesn't look unobtainable.
Well, maybe not
Yeah.
Schuylkill County.
Yeah.
but-
No,
definitely
not Schuylkill
Schuylkill
County.
County.
Let's not
He
put
looks
him
like
in
he's
that.
he doesn't
No.
look like he's PA adjacent.
He looks only like a few years older than what he looked like in Clueless.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know.
And that was what 93, 94.
Yes, this
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
I don't know what he does or if he has good genes, but
Sold his soul to the devil.
Yeah.
Is that what Ryan Reynolds said?
Yeah, he sold the soul to the devil.
mhm.
No, it's more.
Or
I'm still trying to find out where I can sign my
Is he
contract.
I know.
married? Do we know?
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, let's pass it back over to you guys over there. What are you into? What are you watching? What have you been binging?
You want to go first, Anthony?
Sure, I'll go first. So I decided to rewatch Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Honestly, out of the Marvel movies that are out now, with Black Widow, Shang-Chi, and the Eternals, Shang-Chi's my favorite out of all of them.
Yeah, that's one I had.
I heard it's good.
Yeah, I
it's on
had-
Disney Plus.
I had
didn't see it.
no. I would watch that before I watch Black Widow.
Oh really?
Yeah.
See, I'm the other way around.
I still haven't
no
seen
desire to
Doctor
watch-
Strange.
Neither have I.
Yeah, I remember I was like,
It
I'm
looks
watching
cool.
every single one, and I was like, I'll skip that one.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange.
I still haven't even seen Thor
You
Ragnarok.
skip Doctor
Neither have I.
Strange?
Neither
I
have I.
skip
don't know how
Doctor
you can
Strange.
skip
Why
Doctor
would you
Strange.
go watch it?
I didn't watch
Yeah.
the second Spider-Man. I didn't watch it.
I didn't see Homecoming yet either.
Yeah.
I didn't see the Wasps. Yep.
There's so many, you just get lost. You know, all the shows start coming and there's movies, and like
Man,
I don't got so much time.
I
Yeah.
feel like super. I don't want to say nerdy, but man, I binged a lot of them, and I've rewatched all the Thors already. Just to,
I
to
think
get a
what-
better when Loki was coming out, just
Oh,
to get a
wow.
better idea.
I'm gonna sound like I'm super critical and I'm that like once again old guy, but like I feel like I go see these Marvel movies and I'd go with the whole experience and I go with a group of friends and everyone's just like they leave and they're like, oh my god, that was movie gold, and I'm just like it wasn't that good. And then they're like, how dare you? How dare Marvel has made that and you don't think it was the greatest? And I'm like, I didn't really fall in love with it. Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
well,
I
see,
guess
that's how I felt with.
I just got so burnt out with
Captain
superhero
Marvel.
stuff.
Captain Marvel, it just hit low in the chart for me for
Yeah.
her. But like the Thors and stuff,
The one I like the best is the one everyone hated.
Which
Well, not
one?
hated, but
Iron Man 3.
no.
Yeah,
a lot of people
that one was
like a lot of
bad, too.
people really didn't really get like fall in love with Black Panther as much. Like
Oh, I
thought that was pretty
I
good.
liked Black
I
Panther.
did see that.
I that was
liked
my
it.
favorite Marvel
Yeah.
movie.
Is there a two?
There's a two
Another
coming.
one.
The
out.
two
Yeah,
is
it's coming
has been delayed indefinitely because the girl who is playing Black Panther got really hurt on set,
Oh really? Wow.
Oh.
and the movie's been delayed
Wow.
or like
Is
shut
it the
down.
little sister, right?
Yeah, I think they should have gave it to Killmonger.
I think they should just get in there T'Challa the multiverse.
I just think that T'Challa should have left or something happened and Killmonger takes his spot.
Well, he won it rightfully anyway. That's why I didn't really like that movie. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, he has no.
I just really like that character.
He
and to
won
lose
the
him, it sucks.
mantle, so he should be Black Panther, and T'Challa has no reason to be mad because he completely
Lost fair and
contract-
square.
Yeah. So I was like, he's not a bad guy.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand that.
I just really felt like it was the first movie that the bad guy resonated with me. Like I felt like he actually had he deserved it. And I sympathized with him and I understood.
Yeah.
Where all these other villains, like, you're still.
I just don't like when the bad guy has the same exact powers as a good guy. It's like a trope.
Yeah, no, I get that. Sorry, go back to you guys.
Uh,
Is there anything else?
no, nothing else really. Just was catching up on some Marvel stuff.
What is yours so far out of the franchise?
Movie
Out of the
wise?
favorite
Favorite?
movie?
Yeah,
Oh, Doctor Strange, hands down.
Oh wow.
I guess I gotta watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good
I'm
one.
off tomorrow. I'll watch it.
I tried when it first came out, but bootlegged, and it was real dark, and there's
Mm.
Korean subtitles. Like I can't. I tried. I was like, I can't do it. It's too dark, and I couldn't see the spells.
Is it on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
They're all
Listen,
Is
on Disney
Homecoming on
Plus.
Disney Plus?
On my voodoo,
Yes.
Tony. Don't worry about it. It's on
Oh
Vudu.
yeah, I haven't logged into your Voodoo in forever. Actually, we almost bought a movie that we were gonna put on your Voodoo, but we didn't buy it. We were gonna have to do
It
Candyman.
was a porno.
You
Oh.
can't put porn on, unfortunately, on Voodoo.
I think you can't.
Was it the new
Voodoo.
Candyman?
What is
Yeah.
it?
Candyman.
Yeah, the new one.
The new
I want
Candyman.
to see that.
And what about you, Nikolai? What have you been watching
So I haven't watched a lot of too much.
or reading or playing?
So, well, part of what has kept me from it, I went to Sleepy Hollow the other day, and I got to go see this place. It's kind of like a walkthrough kind of thing, but everything that you see is entirely carved of pumpkins.
Ooh, that's cool.
It's like Ian's
so,
wet
like,
dream.
Kind of, yeah. But like you walked across bridges that were all made up, like the whole side was made out of pumpkins. They had a carousel that you saw that had like undead horses on it, all made out of pumpkins, and it all spun and everything.
Oh wow.
It was super cool, and it was like $30 to go through all of this, and like it was crazy.
What was it for like a drive to go up to Sleepy Hollow?
So for me, it was about like 240-ish.
That's not bad.
And where is that?
Yeah.
Connecticut?
No,
New
it's New
York.
York.
Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know. Wow.
That'd be somewhere I'd like to take. Like where we all, but you don't. It's one of those things. It's kind of like Nikolai was saying. Like everyone like wants to go at Halloween time, but
Yeah.
it's something that's there all year round,
Yeah.
and you can experience it like Salem and not have to go
Yeah,
like.
if you go to Salem in June, it won't be.
It's still Salem, yeah. Like they're not. They don't on Halloween it.
Yeah, I gotta interrupt there because I've been to Salem twice now, and October is wild up there. Like if you're looking for a good experience, like it's great any time of the year, but it's over the top then. If you're looking for people to be walking around with Michael Myers as Jason Voorhees,
I don't want that.
That's all over there, and just the people in the streets. Like there was the first time we went, it was like
So-
we got 1 million or more people on.
So
in that little
Salem
town.
turns into like the
That-
Renaissance Fair turned to 11.
Yes,
Yeah,
kind of.
I think I would
kind
probably.
of.
I'd much rather go when it's not Halloween.
Yeah,
than-
No.
I would like to go a little more low key.
It's nice they say in springtime. That's one of the
Oh, yeah, I
times
heard
when
the
the
spring was
trees and
nice.
stuff are blooming and it's nice and it's not many people at all up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, Sleepy Hollow would be a fun trip for everybody. I think.
Mhm.
Mm.
It's not that far if it's only in New York. I was thinking Connecticut for some
Yeah.
reason. I don't know why.
Mhm.
Shows you what I know about Ichabod Crane.
Coming soon, Truth Behind Illusion. Maybe.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Maybe that'll be an episode.
We did get to go to the cemetery as well and do like this cool like kerosene lantern tour. There was we got to see the Rockefellers, like their monument that was there, which was cool. But like there wasn't really anything like major that we got to see like in there. But they did tell us something cool. Apparently they open up the mausoleums at one point during the year for like a charity event. And like the families are all okay with this, and you go drink champagne in the mausoleums with all the dead people.
Sounds
So
fun.
that-
Awesome.
Yeah.
it does.
That's wild.
And it's I guess it's to keep up like the grounds and everything at the Sleepy Hollow Cemetery. So it's for a good cause that the
Yeah.
families allow this to happen. But overall it was fun. And then I did get to watch The Strangers 2. Because
It's another show I stopped. I have to stop. I have to go back to and finish it.
Show?
Stranger.
No,
Stranger
he's
Things.
talking about the movie.
I'm
No,
just
no,
saying
not
it's strangers,
Stranger.
but
Stranger
Stranger Things.
Oh,
I have to go back and watch.
I've
too.
never watched any of it.
Yeah.
So I can't say.
Strangers 2, I've been on a Damien Maffei. I think that's how you say his last name
Oh, I
anyway.
was gonna say, didn't you see it before? No.
No, I've never seen it.
Who does Damien play in it?
He plays the mask
Is he the
guy.
sack
He-
guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy in the sack mask. And after getting to meet him and stuff, I've just been in this mood of like, I want to watch more of his stuff. So I watched it, and it was a little slow in the beginning. But then as it started to progress, like I ended up really liking, especially his character. Once it got into things, no bias that it's him, but
Well, listen. Here's your clip, Nikolai, right here.
Yeah.
Damien, when are you coming on the show, my guy?
Yeah.
When are we interviewing you to talk about Haunt and we have Heart
Strangers
and
too.
Strangers and the Strangers 2. And
yeah.
come on,
And
here's
Wrong
your clip.
Turn.
And Wrong Turn.
He was
the
in Wrong
new
Turn,
one,
too?
The new
Yeah,
one.
new
he was
one.
in the new
I
one.
didn't
Yeah.
see it yet.
Is he a killer or
haven't
is he like
either.
in it?
Or,
I don't know.
Not sure.
or Achilles.
Achilles. I'm not sure. I didn't see it yet.
Interesting, fun.
It would be exciting to have him on the show.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
I want to thank real quick Sam Troop and Ryan Shupp for the likes on Facebook. Thank you so much. And if you are watching, let us know. The live chat is open. Come hang out with us. If you're watching from our new YouTube channel, you're amazing. If you're doing that, I don't think anyone is. But if you are, like I said, if you are watching our brand new YouTube channel, head over to there, subscribe. We're starting from scratch, so we need all the help we can get.
Mm-hmm.
And the only other thing I've been doing, I started watching random seasons of The Simpsons on Disney Plus. I know it's just something random.
I said to myself I was going to start from season 1 and go all the way through, and I got to like season 2, and I just stopped
Oh.
doing it.
And it's still
See,
good.
That's kind of how I was. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch the last season, see where I stand. I watched it, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go back to like season 29 and start watching forward from there. So hopefully,
29.
yeah, like,
There's
I don't
so
know.
many.
Yeah,
I
there's
didn't
like
realize
I
there's
like
that
the
many.
older. I like the
Wow.
older Simpsons
Wow.
better than newer Simpsons.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
I've never really gotten too into
It kind of fell off the wagon, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, like
Didn't realize
season
there was that
15
I'm trying
or
to challenge
so.
myself by watching Seinfeld. I got one episode in and I'm like, I'm sick. I'm gonna fall asleep.
Oh,
I'm not gonna, because then I'm gonna be like, I hate this because
Yeah.
I'm trying to watch it when I'm not in the right state of mind.
Yeah, that happens to me a lot. I like Seinfeld. I'm not a huge fan, but I like it.
I remember watching that when it was actually on television, so I won't go back and rewatch it now.
I've only seen random episodes. I didn't.
I remember the Frogger episode when
Kramer.
what's his name? Yeah, they were trying to get it across the street and they were getting lost in the parking lot with the fish. I remember that. That's about it. Then.
Puerto Rican
And-
Day Parade is my favorite episode.
I can't even
Puffer
tell you
shirt,
anything.
yeah.
I don't remember anything.
And the Ass Man episode when Kramer gets the Ass Man license plate. Okay, enough Seinfeld.
Anything else for you guys?
I did forget about a piece of news.
Oh, what's up?
So I watched a video that Hilary Duff came out with, and she made the announcement that in January is when How I Met Your Father's coming out on Hulu. So I'm really excited for that. 'cause I'm a big How I
they're
Met Your
doing
Mother
a
fan.
spoof.
Yeah, well, it's a spinoff, yeah. So I'm not really. No one's
And
really
Hillary
sure.
Duff's in it.
I
Yeah,
like her,
she's
though.
the main
hot.
star in it. Josh Peck from Drake and Josh show up in it at some point that she posted pictures with. So it'll be interesting.
Nice.
And Neil Patrick Harris is also supposed to be in it. At least that's the rumor, anyway.
Yeah. Heidi, what have you been watching or getting it? Because you have the fucking bucket list. You watched
a lot of stuff there.
what? All right, what stood out to you? Because I can't. We cannot be here all night.
No,
The Heidi
I watched-
rundown.
I
I watched
watched
the
Red
following
Notice.
57 shows.
So much. Yeah, I watched Red Notice. It was pretty good. I mean, Ryan Reynolds is his typical funny guy. Make jokes.
He's not.
about
He doesn't go out of
everything.
his way to be a different character in
No,
the movie.
no, it's the same, but it was good. I liked it, and it was kind of a good twist at the end.
Here's the hill I'm going to die on. I always say I don't like movies. I didn't like Keanu Reeves in movies because he's Keanu Reeves in every movie, right? And I was like, there's no range. Like, I'm not a huge fan because he's not. Ryan
That's
Reynolds
what
is
he's
flirting
good
with
at.
that, but he's good at being Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some
So it's
people
tough.
it's good. They always want the
I
same
softened
character,
up to Keanu Reeves.
and some it's not good.
John Wick. John Wick
Fair
sold
enough.
me up. So he,
I never seen him.
they're good.
Speed all the way. Anyway,
She has a weird. She's an unhealthy obsession with speed.
I do. It's bad. I'm watching the last season of Shameless. Not done yet though, but it's pretty good. Ghostbusters.
Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about Ghostbusters. I'll put that in my segment, but we won't go too deep into it because not everyone has seen it, and I don't want to
I was
give
gonna
away
say,
a lot.
no spoilers.
Yeah, no
No
spoilers.
Yeah,
spoilers.
we won't
Yeah.
spoil anything.
No spoilers.
But yeah, anything else,
Nothing like major.
Kelly?
Finished the last season of Shameless. Little disappointed. I don't know. I kind of start watching that show because other friends were watching it at the time, and my husband liked it. So it was a good show for a long time. And then when Fiona kind of left, I was kind of dropped
kinda
off.
gotten-
But I wanted
well,
to finish it, so I finished that. I finished Lock and Key season 2. Very
Oh,
good.
I have
Yes,
to start watching that.
I really want to watch it.
Yeah,
that and
I
Umbrella
really enjoyed
Academy.
that.
I'm like
Oh, that's good.
are really high on my list. I'm like I have to watch those two.
Yeah, Lock and Key was very good. I'm excited for the next season there with the Revolutionary War soldier coming back.
Yeah, it should
So-
be cool.
That should be excellent. I did like seeing that little bit of a backstory to it. So other than that, what else was I gonna say? Oh, I'm finishing Supernatural finally. I'm
Oh,
finally
wow.
getting the
What
courage.
season are you on?
The last one.
Oh, it
How many
almost done.
seasons? How many seasons?
15.
15.
Wow.
So where's our
episode on that?
I'm finally accepting its ending and I'm watching the end. So
I have
that-
trouble with that with shows.
That so
Yeah.
another two shows I
that's-
said I was gonna try Supernatural or that was Supernatural.
Yeah.
I almost
Yes.
said it's paranormal.
Yeah.
Supernatural and X-Files are on my list.
Oh, X-Files got a lot of seasons. Not
Yeah.
15 though.
Yeah. So Supernatural was very close to my heart. Still is. It always will be. Always keep fighting. But other than that, too, Sam Fender is a new artist out. He's I want to say like a British rock / jazz / blues. He's a little bit of everything. I'd check him out. I would say he does a lot of good songs with good background story. He does touch on some toxic masculinity songs with Dead Boys, and the new song 17 Going Under is all about like being bullied in school and thinking back on it kind of right now. So that's his new song out. I really do like Sam Fender, so check him out.
Is it,
too.
what would you classify him as? Like country,
He's hard. No, God, no.
like hard rock?
He's like a mix of Bruce. Yeah, I know you don't like Bruce Springsteen, but he's a mix of Bruce Springsteen and The Cure, and he's just very different.
Here's the main question: does Sam Fender play a Fender guitar.
Yes, he does.
There we go. Then
He
it's
has,
okay.
He has multiple.
Only plays Gibson.
And he's
He's
a
like,
good
Fender
look,
sucks.
he's a younger kid, but he's a good looking younger kid too.
Oh, there we
So
go.
Who's the guy you're obsessed with? The country guy.
Not obsessed. but he's
Brantley
alright.
Gilbert,
Kane
stupid
Brown.
oh
gimmick
God,
name.
please
Kane Brown.
no.
Yeah.
Gangrel?
He's alright.
Yeah, Gangrel.
Oh, Gangrel's doing country music. Where?
Kane Brown.
Oh, these names are
God,
as
no.
bad as
He is-
NXT
he-
names.
I don't
He-
love country, but he had a
He's a
couple
good
songs that were
looking.
good.
He's a good looking biracial kid doing country music.
Oh boy,
He's breaking the mold.
get in my truck, girl.
Yeah.
That's-
Well, no, he's not even
that's-
like that.
that's-
Going down a dirt road.
He keeps
That's
keeps-
exactly right.
he
though.
keeps-
Blue
every
jeans.
every
I could write a
country
country song.
Yeah, I
It's
can't do it.
more not it's not country anymore. It's southern pop. That's what I call it. And it's just gross. It's running down my dirt road with my
Like-
blue jeans and a beer with
Yeah.
my arm around my girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
shut up.
she ain't never seen tires on a truck that high. That's an actual lyric.
I can't take it when they're talking about their truck.
I'm sorry. I can't. I can't.
No.
I think it's because I can't because I actually grew up on a farm. I actually grew up in the country, and these assholes are talking about this. It's like you never shoveled shit in your life.
Yeah.
You never took care of cows in your
I
life.
plowed
Shut
snow. or,
the
yeah.
hell
I
up.
touched a horse one time, so I can.
You what?
I touched a horse one
You
time.
touched a horse.
So you
yeah.
can sing country
You did
songs
wear
then.
blue jeans.
I wore blue jeans
Wow.
and I shoveled horse shit
At Jack Holt Beer.
for a summer.
Oh, I
There's
watched-
only
I-
one song, and that's Amarillo Sky by Jason Aldean, and that I will say is very true to country. You know, right now I would say it to being like a farm girl, I guess you could say. But that is it.
There's not a lot of big country right now because I watched this morning. I watched the AMAs and there was hardly anything.
Oh,
but
boy.
they
It's just
but,
the same repetitive shit
one of
over and
the
over.
I can't remember who he was. Him
The
and
Korean
Carrie
guys
Underwood.
cleaned up. You said
Yeah,
right.
BTS like they won like
There's
3
Korean
awards.
country guys?
No, they're not
Korean,
country. They're like
Korean
K-
pop artists.
Yeah, the
Oh,
K-pop.
Oh, I was like,
It's
what?
It's taking
What
over
is
the
the world
world.
They're-
coming
yeah,
to?
they won like 3 awards, but there wasn't a lot of country like that.
Yeah.
I don't know who it was. Some guy, it's like a bigger name, and Carrie Underwood, they performed, and then Kane Brown performed, and that guy who does the TikTok song, the Applebee's one,
Oh God. Oh God.
he performed that song.
Speaking of bad country music, how about Kid Rock?
Kid Rock.
He
Did you-
wasn't
so-
country. Now
He
come
was
on.
like-
He was
Weird
like
Al
a
Yankovic
mix.
says,
Yeah.
"Everyone giving me compliments on my new Kid Rock parody. That's actually Kid Rock."
Yeah, so, what I think it's called "Don't Tell Me How to Live," and it's kind of like about snowflakes. Kid Rock is very right wing,
Yeah.
so it's but
Shocking.
I heard it's so bad. Some people said so bad it's good. I would go on the so bad it's bad. I didn't get the chance to listen.
I
to
know
it.
that a lot of people are really enjoying the new Limp Bizkit album.
Ugh,
Like people are like, "It's actually good."
I didn't know they made a new album.
Yeah, I have to listen to it.
I'd have to listen to it too. I liked Limp Bizkit back in the day.
Chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
That's so like. Don't you just want to punch him in the face? with
No,
that sound of that
I
voice?
love it.
Yeah.
It's so
I did too.
horrible.
Dude, I
The
still
music's bad.
My way. Yeah.
The lyrics are terrible. The musical arrangements are awful. The guitar parts are simplistic.
Westboro
it's
was a good
fucking
I
guitar.
thought that came
Westboro
out
was a
at
good
our, like,
guitarist.
time
He was, but not
period.
for that.
That's exactly right. So when Limp Bizkit popped, they popped with the Fast and the Furious and stuff. They had
Yeah.
what,
I don't know.
They had My Way. Was My Way on there?
No, their first
What-
one was Rolling.
When did
Rollin'
Fast
Rollin'
Furious
was
come out?
on it.
'Cause they were out like 97, 90.
Yeah, I would say Roll. I think
Fast and
Limp
Furious was a
Bizkit
little
blew
later,
up when
I
they
think,
when
right?
they did
Yeah, but-
Undertaker's theme music.
No, they were big
Oh.
before that.
Yeah.
Nookie, no, they went. They
Nookie
blew
was
up,
like 99,
they
2000.
blew up when them and Korn were doing a lot of
Yeah.
stuff together.
when
and
it was
then,
the new metal.
and the new
Oh.
with
New metal.
Ozfest.
Family values. How dare
Family
you say
values.
Family
Ozfest?
values,
How
yes.
dare
I
you.
thought they showed up at Ozfest.
Yeah, got booed off the stage like what was that name? You're my butterfly, pretty baby. They got booed.
Oh,
off-
Crazy-
Oh,
Crazy
Crazy
Train.
Town.
Crazy Town.
Crazy Town.
Yeah, Korn was on Ozfest. I'm like, you
They
know,
only had one. That's
don't
all.
That was
need
it.
to go
That
this
was it.
year.
Yeah,
That was it. And then the music video for that was kind of
It was.
Love
There's one cool Korn music video. If you mute the music because it's Todd McFarlane art for it.
I
Oh, really?
It's called Follow the Leader.
yeah, follow
Oh,
the
okay,
leader.
I do remember that
That
one.
was
So
like their big
You
pop.
just
that was
mute
their
it and
big-
just watch the awesome Todd McFarlane art.
That's the one where she comes out of like the poster, the little girl. and is
best
playing
Linkin
hopscotch.
Park Limp Bizkit song Rearranged is my favorite.
Rearranged.
None.
I love
None is the best.
No.
They were one of
I
my
like My Way.
That was like
I still
our
like My Way.
childhood, though, like our
one of
middle
my
school,
top
right?
5 hated bands.
That was like middle school.
Top
for us,
5?
I
Yes.
think.
Yeah, for you. Well,
Yeah.
7th
Next
and 8th
episode,
grade was high school
I'm
for
gonna
me.
review the
so,
album.
Oh God.
yeah. Well, we were thrown
I'm
right
sure
to
it's
the
full
wolves,
of-
baby, in Tri Valley. It was like, here you go, everybody all together
Ours was
now.
all
Bullshit.
together. It was all mixed.
Yeah.
Here's one thing I will say about that section of music and genre of music.
I
Like,
was the
when it
same
comes to
age,
the rock, when
and I
it
didn't
comes
listen to
to like rock music at that time, when it comes
Yeah.
to hip hop at that time, a lot of them get picked on for what they sounded like then.
Uh-huh.
But at least then when you turn the radio on, you knew you were listening to that artist because they had their own unique sound.
Yep.
Where now in music, everyone sounds
Sounds the
exactly the
same.
same.
Yep, exactly.
Like there's no
when you
difference.
when you heard Ja Rule come on, you knew it was Ja.
Yeah.
Like he was different.
Like,
you know.
I wouldn't know that.
There's like 100 rappers you can put on right now, and I'm like, oh,
I would
'cause-
have no.
and you would
yeah.
listen and you're like, oh, I know.
Speaking of, I heard because Howard Stern played a clip of Travis Scott. He is fucking awful. Yeah. Yeah. Robin's like, Howard, don't play the rehearsal.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is the real song. People died over this.
There is one song that I listened to that
if
he
I
did.
died at a Led Zeppelin concert, that's a good way to go out.
Yeah. There's one song that
Yeah,
he did
his
that I
concert
listened to and I actually enjoyed it. It was called
Ugh.
Sicko Mode or whatever.
I've never heard
Ugh.
of
It was a good.
No,
It was a good song.
I
They don't
never
really
heard
play
any
him
of
on the
his
radio.
stuff.
It makes Rapper's Delight look like the fucking most.
Rapper's Delight is a great song.
It is a great song.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Like people don't put that with Mozart.
It should. Rapper's Delight should go with
Yeah.
Mozart. It's a great song.
And I like Rapper's Delight, but I
Yeah.
like 80s rap is good. Not this fucking nowadays.
Hip hop. That's hip hop. Hip hop is
80s
good.
and 90s, yeah.
No, it wasn't just 80s rap, just called rap.
They refer to themselves as MCs and hip hop
Yeah.
artists.
Yeah.
And then when like the gangster rap came in, then that's when like we're rappers.
No, okay.
So what was Tupac? Tupac was a rapper, right?
He considered himself an MC,
Biggie.
but his genre was the one that was kind of transferring into like the
Yes,
gangster
That's
side.
when that start going gangster.
I
a
know.
little bit.
No, that's not him.
No,
Oh, I don't know who that is.
I don't know what
Dr. Dre? I don't know.
I don't even
Yeah,
know what he's
California
trying
Love.
Oh, California
No,
Love.
that's-
That's
California
Dre
Love.
and Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different song. Oh, I don't
No,
know.
you're now that I know what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was California Love.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like stumped for a minute. Is he trying to sing
I
California?
thought that was Tupac.
that is Tupac.
Oh,
That's
he just said it
Tupac.
was Dre
Yeah.
and Snoop Dogg.
No, it's Tupac.
I thought it was.
California Love is
California Love
Tupac.
I thought it was a
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg. You're right,
Yeah.
but they're all in
He's
it.
probably in it,
I-
yeah.
Yeah,
This is a
Snoop
big-
Dogg was
Not that I'm an expert.
no Gangster's Paradise was Coolio. And,
That's Weird Al. Come on.
There's six white people on it. Well,
Yeah. Talking about rap music.
five and a half white
Yeah.
people sitting around you're half Asian, half white, talking hip hop, and like, yeah, we're not qualified for this at all.
We're not
Um,
worthy. We're not worthy.
So when it comes to what I've been into, I've been playing a lot of Forza. When I had my COVID, I sat in my room and raced my car in Forza. Really good. I started-
You sat in the room and raced? I think you're lying.
what are you talking about?
You cheated.
Oh, there was one time where I did cheat. Yeah. There's
I'm lost here.
there's like a 10-lap race that I wanted to do, and there's a way that you can tune assisted steering and assisted braking on, and you literally just put a rubber band in your control and your car will drive for you.
I was like, he was like not in there. And I was like, you know, you're still racing. He's like, yeah.
Oh, God.
I didn't want to do the race. It was super long.
So I imagine it's like a NASCAR track, which just
No, like the
so
game.
you don't have the wheel and like
Oh,
the gas pedal and stuff. Then
I do, but it's covered in clothes, so I can't actually use the steering wheel.
Oh, boy.
see, like my nephew has the wheel and
Yeah,
the
I have a
gas
whole racing
pedal,
simulator.
and then he has but he's PC gaming, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, but I tried it. I'm like, I just can't.
Yeah,
do
the new
this. I guess I'm
Forza's
too old.
the new Forza's excellent. I been playing the new Halo. I am not good at it. It's a completely different style.
the graphics
Uh-huh.
are great on both.
They look good. It plays good. The shooting, everything is smooth. It looks good. It's fun, but it's
Mhm.
just I'm not used to it. It takes a lot of bullets to kill somebody. Just
Oh,
kind of get
it's-
used to
it's
that
different than,
overshield.
like,
and-
Call of Duty.
yeah, it's much different.
Doot,
It's hard.
doot.
It's
But he's still number
job.
one on the team with the most
Oh.
kills
no, I'm
half
not.
the time. Yeah, right.
I'm not that.
He's
good.
like, I'm
Yeah.
so horrible at it, but yet.
I finally got an Xbox on the way, baby.
Yes,
And my
welcome.
friends got a Master Chief one today, and they said they will ship it all into me tomorrow.
Nice.
So,
I have
I'm
no.
excited.
I have no need or desire to get a PS5 anytime soon.
I mean, there's nothing really when you want to play it.
You gave me
Just
all
wait
those
till it comes out,
exclusives.
yeah.
I played 15 minutes of that Horizon Zero Dawn, and
Mhm.
it just never grabbed me. And I wanted to play the zombie one. I just never turned it on. Like I
Oh,
have
Days
all those.
Gone,
I have
yeah.
all those old exclusives that you got me at Black Friday for like $60.
yeah,
They gave me,
they're
like,
dirt cheap. Yeah, they did real
and,
good
I,
that
and
year.
I still haven't. Like I played a little bit of Spider-Man. It got too hard.
It
and
did. It did.
Yeah.
I gave up. It was
I was
so
like-
hard at the
So I was
end.
like, I don't really know if I really want to drop $600 for a system.
Wait till you can just go buy it.
Yeah.
and
so I'm
the
just gonna
price
wait.
cuts will come for both eventually.
Yeah. But welcome to the Xbox family.
Yeah, once I get it.
You're here.
I'm so excited because it fits in my the TV center.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because my current Xbox, this is a first world problem. It sticks out too far. So when you pull the door on the barn door, it turns the Xbox on and off.
Mm.
It's not anyone that says back more. I didn't want to call a hole in it.
Oh, can I don't know if you want to talk about this in the podcast, but how's the new addition to your
A cat. I got
Yeah.
another cat.
Oh, yeah.
And his name's Jedi, and he's a little black guy. and he has one little white spot on his chest, but he has like two white hairs on his head, and he has one random white hairs on. But he's
Well,
really nice.
that's actually from
Jedi-
stress. I've learned that with
Really?
my black cat. So if you have a black cat that has like random white hairs,
Yeah.
it's from stress.
Oh, I wonder why.
It's stress
It's
related.
like gray hair.
Because he's only
Yes.
4 months old, but he does have the white patch,
Yeah.
which is I would think not stress. That's
No,
genetics.
that's his
But he-
pattern. But yeah, the one random white hairs on black
Oh.
cats, that's all
Oh, well, now
stress
he doesn't
related.
have no stress no more.
He's seen some shit.
Yeah, and he has a black nose, and his mouth is he's a black face. He's like total blackness, and his eyes are like dark brown. I'm like, wow, he's really nice.
How's he get along with the other cat?
Really nice.
Well, he was nice to the other cat, but the other cat, Jabroni, was
Huh?
mean to him for a couple days. And he's like,
Aw.
he'd like swat at him, but they wouldn't fight. But now they're starting to get along. They smell each other, and like they kind of play. But then Jabroni remembers he's mad at him, and he's like, I gotta walk away. But they kind of sit near each other now, so they're getting there.
So Jabroni and Jedi.
Yeah, and Jedi was like real nice to Jabroni from the first day, and then like I fell asleep on the couch like 2 hours after I got him, and he climbed up on me, he slept on me the first night. I was like, how about that?
that pissed off Jabroni.
Yeah, well, he was. Yeah,
Yeah.
he just comes over. Now they both come and sleep on me. So
That's
Yeah.
cool.
yeah, but Jedi's so tiny, but he's wild. Kittens are wild, and their claws are like needles.
One of these days, I have to
It's like-
actually physically see where you live. I never,
Yeah.
I never was at your apartment the entire time you had it. I've never met your cat.
Yeah,
It's just
you
strange.
can. Yeah, no one's really seen my house yet.
Yeah, we gotta have like a little
Secret.
little house.
Yeah,
warming
it's a
thing.
secret. No one knows where it is.
Yeah,
No, I don't mind. I'm painting like a nut. So
the cabinets look cool in the kitchen.
yeah, thank you.
painted.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
that. I did the stain on the one cabinet with my Ninja Turtles in it, and I'm doing my comic book room at the same time. Well, that's almost done, and I'm painting my video game room purple and black.
Nice.
That's what happens when we got a lot of room.
All right, so
Well, what else do you
my
have?
spoiler. This is my last thing I talk about. I did watch the Tiger King, the new
Oh,
season of Tiger
God.
King.
Uh,
You did have a lot of time on your
It's
hands.
really it's interesting. This is a spoiler alert, but so
Go ahead.
essentially
We ain't watching.
not
essentially
watching.
where it ends is he goes to jail.
Okay.
But what he goes to jail for is kind of weird because they tried to get him on attempted murder of Carol Baskins, like the girl he was like supposedly
The lady,
feuding
yeah.
with, but
Mhm.
nothing stuck. So they hit him with like animal charges.
Oh.
So that's what he's in jail for.
Oh, good.
But then, but it's weird because the animal charges didn't stick. But then he's kind of on jail on like bunk charges, and then everyone who like prosecuted and like told like everything about him
Mhm.
are all now recanting everything they said, and they're all signing petitions to his lawyer to be like, well, he didn't really do a lot of
Because
this
he's got
stuff.
that money now. He's paying people off.
Got that Netflix.
Got that
money.
Netflix.
Got that
money.
Netflix Corona money.
And I think a lot of people are realizing that they make more money with him outside of jail than they do inside. So they're all like, so
Money talk.
he may be getting out within the next year or two because
I thought it was.
because everyone who's been like who pretty much put him in jail, like even the main guy, like the main dude who
Jeff.
actually got him in there,
Jeff.
he's in shithole trouble. Like he's in a lot of trouble, and he's just like he thinks if he turns and joins Team Joe, that Joe won't be like fuck you, but Joe's like if I get out, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I could see
He literally lost everything. Like, well, which is good because those fucking animals are just going through fucking hell.
I know.
Oh,
yeah.
that's the reason
yeah.
why I can't watch it.
That's why I couldn't watch it either when he was shooting the tigers and stuff at the end.
Oh, I
just
didn't
because
even see
he
that.
had too many.
I
Yeah,
just
and
saw
they
them in
aged
the
out.
cages
Like
and
what
I
he had all those tiger pettings. That's how he made his money.
Mhm.
Was those tiger?
They would just breed
pettings.
tigers, and then when
Yeah.
they're like when
Breed
they
'em.
get to a certain age,
They-
they're just like
Oh
shoot
god.
I
and
hate
bury 'em
that. I
somewhere.
can't do that. I
That's
just
awful.
can't.
There's more tigers and lions in captivity
Then there is
in the United States of America than there are in the wild.
Wow.
That's fucking
That is
insane.
It's sad.
Yeah,
Mm.
It's very sad.
And
Crazy.
People,
They're just
asshole
giant
people,
cats. that's
asshole
all.
people keep them as pets. Like, what the fuck?
I hope
Like,
Yeah.
you get eaten.
this
Yeah.
one dude who they really focused on this new season is another guy who's like another Joe Exotic, but he
Mhm.
was like, he's like, you ain't gonna take my shit. It's my rights, and then he's in jail. They caught him. He's locked up.
It's your right to go to jail.
Yeah, he transported like a bunch of animals in like a trailer
Mm.
and then stopped for a booty call in the state. And I
Yeah.
guess the AC broke in the truck and he never knew. And he
Oh.
showed up the next day at the thing with like 37 animals and they're all dead.
Oh my god.
God.
Yep.
That's awful.
And that should be endangerment of animals. And
Yeah.
should be arrested. But somehow that didn't get him arrested.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't know
That's
how.
sad.
Crazy.
Sketchy.
It was.
Especially when you're it's like big time animals.
I
you know what
love
mean?
I love documentaries. Like I watch that stupid shit all the time. So I was
I could
like
watch
a-
it if I like the
Yeah.
topic, but if I don't, like I don't give a shit.
I did
So
not
can
think I
watch
would
that.
be into the topic, but as you keep watching it, you're like, "There's no way this gets crazier," and then the next episode gets fucking crazier. Like, there's
But, like,
no fucking way this gets
I, just,
crazier.
I don't
That's
even
how I
wanna
was with
get
the
in-
first season. I'm like, what?
No
Yeah.
desire to watch.
Mhm.
Carol definitely did kill her husband, though.
Oh,
I would. Or what? Does the second season bring something else out?
yeah.
The
Okay.
husband comes back.
He
I don't know.
may not be
I'm
dead.
just guessing.
Kidding.
Really?
Now they're starting to.
He just got so sick and tired of her
He
shit. He
ran
just left.
away.
He may be living in Costa Rica or Puerto Rico, wherever he went. He may be alive and well. Because the
What
guy's
am I
like,
gonna do?
there's
I'm
like
just gonna run
there
away.
is information about him in that state, and I cannot talk about it yet. Like the private investigator, he's like,
Yeah.
I can't talk about it yet.
That's
Oh
so
my God.
weird.
So there's
Probably in
possibility.
like witness protection. He's probably like,
Dude, if fucking Joe Exotic gets out and Carol Baskin Husbands returns from the dead, I don't understand how you guys can't be fucking enthralled with this. It's crazy.
I would rather watch Traffic.
I saw
They have a
the
channel?
That's more-
animals in the
that's more
cages,
interesting.
and I'm done.
It's so crazy.
I would
Okay.
rather paint my wall.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's fucking crazy.
Aw.
And this is our spoiler-free Ghostbusters. We went and seen it. I literally had one day to myself for my new job, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Fuck it." Dan Valinsky was like, Uncle Dan here was like, "Hey, you should come out. Let's go get some." We went and got some food. We hung out for a little
Mhm.
bit, and he's like, "You want to go see Ghostbusters?" So we went to Hazelton on
Oh,
a
that's
whim
where'd
and
you
went
go?
and seen it. It was fucking.
It was really good.
I will say this. I
How,
think
how long is it first? About hour and a half, 2?
I don't know.
it felt longer.
Mhm.
I
It felt
think
long to me, but I also just worked 12 hours, so I don't know.
I think
No,
the
anything
only
feels long after 12 hours of
I
working.
think the only critique I have, it takes a while to get going.
Oh, okay.
It's just like, okay, it's gonna turn the corner, and then
Yeah,
it's
but
still
it was-
it feels like it's a lot of build.
I still thought it was good though.
It was
Like,
still good,
the
though.
characters were good. Like
Mhm.
I thought it was
Do
hilarious.
you think the one girl and boy look like the same person?
That was the whole.
I think they look related.
Oh, okay.
That was
I mean,
the- that
even
was-
in real life, they look like
They do.
like there's an ad for them on some talk show, and I was like, that's the
So-
same person.
So this isn't really like a spoiler or
Yeah.
anything, but essentially, that's Egon's grandkids.
I was gonna
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to see how long it was, but I don't know. I thought it was really good. I guess maybe the beginning was a little slow, but I thought it was funny.
You don't have
They
to
had, like,
say what
funny
they are, but how are
one-liners.
the special effects?
Good.
Good.
I thought they looked modern,
Yeah,
but I thought
they kept the
They
proton
still-
beam look classic, like
that looked modernized, but it still looked really good.
yeah.
The gatekeeper and what's the
Keymaster.
What the hell was that?
I have no idea, but it scared the fucking shit out of me.
The Keymaster.
It wasn't me.
Gatekeeper and the Keymaster.
The gatekeeper,
Yeah.
they
It was Tully.
they modernized
That's-
the way the beasts look,
Keymaster.
but they still
Oh,
made
it
them
was
look.
2 hours. It was like 2 hours.
They still
Okay.
made them. They modernized them, but
Yeah.
I have no idea where the fuck that came from. That scared the
I don't know.
dog shit
It
out
was
of
really
me.
loud.
I don't know what that wasn't. My iPad
No.
wasn't my phone.
No.
There's nothing open that could have made that
Was that
noise.
on your guys' end?
Yeah, I'm on silent.
Nothing.
I apologize. I
Our
apologize
phones
for
are
our
on mute
listeners.
and stuff. So I don't
Um,
know.
But they made it look like it was still in the 80s,
Yeah.
but modernized it, so they looked cool. But it was really fucking good.
Was it
Every-
like set in the 80s or no?
No,
It
it's,
was
it's
No,
set nowadays,
it's
right?
now. It's,
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, I
it's,
guess
it's,
now,
yeah, it's
Yeah.
So
2021.
were some of the other original guys in it, like Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd, or not?
I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm gonna say yes.
I mean, if you've been following this movie, they pretty much say that.
you don't have to answer, but the biggest get is if you get Rick Moranis because he was Louis Tully, because you know how he wasn't doing movies,
Yeah.
and then he did what
Well,
one
he's-
movie or something.
He's coming back to do another Honey I Shrunk
Yeah,
the
so
Kids.
maybe I don't know. I didn't see it. I don't have to answer, but maybe he's in it. But that's a big get. Obviously, you can get Janine. You can
was
get
good.
Winston.
Well, do you know
It was
why
really
he
good.
stopped? 'Cause
No,
his
he went to
wife-
raise his kids, right?
Oh,
yeah, because his wife had cancer and passed away.
Oh,
and
geez, that's
he had
terrible.
enough. He had enough money
And then
then
he got
to,
sucker punched in
to-
New York City.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Oh, really?
Yeah, some
Wow.
scumbag just sucker punched him in the middle of
Yeah,
there, and then
well,
But
everyone
people
like,
were just running around doing like
and people were like laughing about it.
Mm.
Like Rick,
It's just sad.
yeah, pissed. Like the dude's, he's just like quit Hollywood because his wife died,
Yeah.
and then he's walking down the street in New York City, and someone just like, I'm gonna go punch the dude from.
Yeah, that sucks.
he probably didn't even know it was from the movie. Like, remember there was a whole period
people
where people were just
videotaped it.
running around doing. Yeah, but people were doing that. It was like a prank. They would just run around and just punch some random person.
Yeah.
It was like a whole thing.
It's a good
Um,
way to get a civil suit against you.
Yeah.
Or shot.
I will say this: if you do watch it, there is not one but 2 post-credit scenes.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna ask about
Oh,
that.
yep.
Yeah.
So
Good to
stick.
know.
So you're gonna see one post-credit scene, and then there's going to be a second one.
After a little while, yeah.
They leave the door open. We'll say.
Good.
It was
Why not
really
make
good
more?
though. I think I thought it was
Like,
really
we
good.
shoulda
It was really
had-
funny.
We should have more than 2. I mean, back in the day. I mean, because one was 84, 85, and then 2 was 1992.
It still kept the original charm of being corny and cheesy
Yeah.
and like
with
what?
light horror elements.
Yeah, if you're going in there and you want things to make sense, don't.
well, it,
It's fucking Ghostbusters.
it ain't Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
it was.
It is the cheesy stuff, but I think that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
I love it.
cracks me
I
up.
love it.
I will say this.
Twinkie.
I I had to hold emotions back in the theater.
Not
me.
I cried.
I almost cried. I was very close to crying.
I
no.
Oh,
cried.
wow.
It was fucking.
But I cry about everything.
But the whole time, you know it's coming, but you're like, oh, please don't do this to me.
See,
Yeah.
I'm a tough crier. Like there's only like 2 times I've cried in a theater, and
used
one
to
was
be.
Finding Nemo when the mom died.
Oh.
You're
I
not-
bawled.
You're not a Ghostbusters fan if this doesn't get you a little emotional.
Okay.
I
well
used to
then.
never cry. Now I cry about everything.
I never. You punch me in the nose, I'll cry. That's
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I can't help
You're gonna
it.
hit yourself in
Shows
the nose
don't
like
make
this.
me cry though. I, don't
I
know
could
why.
start crying right now.
I'm not, oh,
I
go ahead.
literally. I'm serious. I don't know what's
You
wrong
can
with
cry on cue.
I think I'm broken.
Like-
Like, I never
like
cried when I
puke.
was younger. And
Yeah.
now,
Just the way you released it.
now
It was-
everything.
Just go
Yeah.
watch it. It's
Silliest
fucking.
thing.
It's excellent. It's so fucking good. Every
It's real good.
character, every actor, is it just fucking nailed it. There's not like a dull person in it.
Like, oh, I don't like that guy.
Yeah,
Uh,
no,
what is
like
it?
everyone's
Podcast.
His
The
name is
codename is-
Podcast.
His name
Yeah,
I forget. I seen the toys at Walmart.
yeah.
And then Muncher, his new ghost. Not a spoiler. The fucking toys at Walmart.
Muncher is our modern day version
Blue
of
Slimer.
of
Slimer.
Slimer.
Aw.
I thought that was cool though.
Podcast is an Asian kid, and he's obsessed with podcasts.
He does
They're
a
like, who
podcast.
called you podcast? He goes, nobody. I call myself podcast.
That's funny.
And the whole time he's like, has like his microphone out, and he's like doing
He like
dialogue.
carries it around. His back.
Is there only
Like,
3 kids or is there 4?
3.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
four
yeah,
kids.
Okay. Not counting Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
not kind of fresh.
It's 4
Ageless
kids.
Wonder.
Okay. Well, you have to have 4. That's
Yeah.
the Ghostbuster rule. No, there must be 4.
I will say this: you don't know if they do continue it.
Mhm.
You don't know how. Like, we may not see anyone. Like,
Okay.
like they leave it that open that literally is it.
Like you don't really know.
Yeah,
what's
you don't
gonna
know how they're gonna keep
Yeah.
going with it.
Does it have the classic music? You can spoil that.
Yeah, I think the end credit
The
they
end,
play the
that and then the theme. They have to put
Yeah.
the theme in it. There's
the-
actually a lot of Ghostbusters music. If you watch the movie,
the
there's several
intro music
tracks.
is used more, that creepy ominous one, like the
Yeah.
before it goes
Yeah.
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 Yeah, fucking it was sick.
It was really.
It was really fucking good. You're gonna love it. You had a lot of callbacks. There's a lot of fucking stuff like
I don't know who made it, so I don't know if it will get
who
to
did
a
make it?
streaming device. It
Um,
might Blu-ray will probably be my first
Sony?
chance to see it.
It was, I think, Sony, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Sony made the new
Okay.
Ghostbusters.
it's fucking amazing.
So they don't.
Go watch it.
Sony doesn't do a streaming app, do they? No.
No.
I will.
know.
I'm gonna tell you this is don't wait because it's gonna start. People are gonna start talking about it.
Oh, yeah. I don't mind. You could spoil anything. For me.
And-
If I
and
like it, I'll
the-
still
That's how
watch
I
it.
am.
And if you are a Ghostbusters fan and you are going into it and being like, how would I book my favorite Ghostbusters movie, or how would I
Mhm.
do the new one?
Yeah.
You're not going to be shocked or like
Yeah.
you're like you're not gonna be like, I can't believe that happened. Like
Yeah.
everything in the movie is exactly as if if a fan made the movie and how they
That's
would
what
want it to
I'd
be
like.
done.
Yeah.
What
That's
happened to Dana's kid?
You're gonna. It's like I said. It's like a great swan song. It's exactly what you would want as
Mhm.
a fan. Like, there's really, like I said, there's really nothing that's gonna be like, I can't believe it. Like you're gonna be like, okay, we knew it was happening, but
Can't believe the
I'm happy it's
Transformers were in it.
happening.
yeah. It's like when The Rock shows up. We know it was coming, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah. Sometimes when you know stuff's coming, it's good though.
Yeah.
You know?
They did a great job. Fucking very entertaining. That's all I got for it. Let's get into our topic.
Yeah.
Okay. What are we? for
Ninja
time
Turtles.
here? 'Cause
We're
so
really an hour. We're an hour. So
I'm gonna skim through. So I didn't want to. I found this topic or this page that was so good that I was like, I can't rewrite this because this guy's thing is so good. But first, I want to talk about pod decks. How about that segue?
yeah.
Pod decks are the hottest new tool for podcasters looking to have more meaningful conversations or gamify their podcast. Simply shuffle up, ask a question, and let the content roll. Cue that song by what was that? Let the Good Times Roll, the car song. Anyway, get yours today at poddex.com. Use promo code IWEP Network for 10% off your first order. There we go. There's
There it
that.
is. There it
And
is.
feel free to chime in. That's how we're gonna like what's that called?
Live ad reads.
No,
Ad lib. No.
yeah, ad lib. What's a sketch comedy? I want to do
Yeah.
like sketch comedy version of that.
I like it.
Yeah, of an ad read.
I like it. And he's like, hey, I'm gonna take care of the top
Yeah.
of that.
And I typed them all out. I made some grammar corrections because some of these people didn't have the right grammar.
Oh no, not a
No,
grammar
it wasn't-
Nazi.
it wasn't-
Oh my god.
It wasn't your fault. It was our fault.
Yeah.
Somebody spelled one of their names or something wrong. And I was like, you should spell that right. Anyway,
All right. So
I
our
found
topic-
an article that was so good that I felt that I couldn't rewrite it because I would just be saying the same
well,
exact
as long
thing.
as you give him credit. I'm
I
cool.
am. So I started searching Ninja Turtle history, right? And I found of all websites, Mental Floss. Like,
I like that.
yeah.
I've heard of it before.
So the guy's name is Rob Lamley, and it's the complete history of the Ninja Turtles. But like, I'm gonna add some stuff in. When I was growing up, especially in the 80s, since when I was born, He-Man was a super big cartoon and toy, and that went down. Well, it didn't go down. It was kind of phased because then the Turtles came out, and like in like 87 to like 92, the Turtles were super hot.
I was born 86.
Yeah.
Yep,
So
was
I got into the Turtles probably
Right away.
late 87,
Yeah.
88.
So that's when they're fun.
But I was fucking
Yeah,
obsessed.
because the cartoon was out.
Yep.
The movie came out, what,
90.
90?
No,
90?
90.
And then
91, I
yeah,
think, was the next
the
one. It was
91, well, the
91 or
NES game was out.
92 was the Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah, 92 was or 91 was the arcade game. So that's when it was fun. And the toys were just making money like crazy.
Every single time a new piece of technology came out where it either became movie or it became cartoon or it became toy or it became video game, the Ninja Turtles, even to today's times, can always find a way to bounce back.
Mhm.
Yep. Reinvent and bounce back.
I mean, there has been, what, 4 cartoons now?
Yeah.
And stuff. The classic one, everyone thinks that they're from the cartoon, but they're not. They're from the comic book.
Yes.
And originally they were not the Turtles that we know. So I'll get into that. Created by Kevin Eastman.
Well,
who's
real
still off
quick,
the right, and Peter
I
Laird.
believe everyone here at this podcast table at one
Mhm.
point in time was probably obsessed with Ninja Turtles, except one person.
Well, I mean,
She's fucking broken.
yeah. Even,
We-
I mean, a lot of girls
I
were
was
into the Turtles,
watching
but it was
other
a boy show.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, you know, so
She-
I understand.
I made her watch the first movie.
I've seen the movies.
She watched.
But I didn't,
She's
like-
seen the movie, but asked me.
No, see, I watched the
Uh-oh.
cartoons. I
I
had
didn't
the,
watch
I
all.
had
She
I had
asked
the
me-
action figures, so I was into the boy show.
Yeah,
I
fair.
guess. So.
What was
I like
the
Jen.
name of the
Splinter.
of the
Shredder.
clan? She called them the Hand Clan.
Oh, that's
That
from,
was something.
that's from Daredevil. We'll get into it.
Yeah,
See?
yeah, that is from Daredevil.
Yeah.
It was
She was on the wrong show.
She was close.
show.
But come on.
It was a
fucking
body part. So
Hand Clan.
I was watching
Oh yeah, and
Rugrats and shit.
one
I
of the
don't
things
know.
where they're all over back in the late 80s was the t-shirts, because you make the t-shirt press-ons. They were big in the malls, and I remember they had neon ones. I got a Michelangelo one that was neon. I forget what was on the back.
So who was your favorite
I
character?
don't, Michelangelo and Donatello.
Nikolai.
Yeah.
Favorite character? Leonardo? Anthony?
Probably Michelangelo would be my favorite.
I would have pegged you for a Donatello guy. I don't know why. But I mean, I think Michelangelo is going to be a theme
a
here.
lot of people-
Kelly.
Raphael.
Raphael.
Yep,
I
Raphael.
got the size on the floor. I'd pick him up, but it'd be too hard.
I don't know.
And
I-
everybody asks me why Raphael. He was kind of a dick, but I think
Well,
back on it now, as I think about it, I'm like, well, Raphael was everything I wasn't. I was more the Donatello as myself. I was more the Donatello or Leonardo.
Mhm.
I was more the quiet and like wanted to learn, and then Raphael was just like no filter, just say whatever you want. And plus, I love those things.
Yeah, the
So-
size.
See?
Who's the goofy one?
I believe everybody
Michelangelo.
He's a
wants
party
to.
dude.
If I had to pick a
Pizza
favorite
dude,
turtle,
yeah.
it would be Mikey. But my favorite character, I was a Casey Jones fan.
Okay.
Okay.
From the second I seen Casey Jones, I was like, that is my dude. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they were created in a comic book, and this guy doesn't really go into it a little bit, but like the first appearance was Flaming Carrot Comics, right? And there was a sub thing. Now, it was just some basement indie book. It was a guy that had a carrot for a head, and it was on fire, and he was like a private eye. So hence Flaming Carrot, but the turtles were in the back. So it's like, what the fuck is this? Anyway, it was created by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. Now Laird would later on sell his rights to Kevin Eastman and get out of it, and he's not into it anymore. I don't know why. Why would you sell all this? I guess he figured I'll cash out like George Lucas and be
Mhm.
good. I don't know why. Anyway, they were living in Northampton, Massachusetts when they came up with the idea for the Turtles in November 1983. So I'm 1 year older than Turtles. As a joke, Eastman drew the turtle standing on its hind legs, wearing a mask with nunchucks strapped to its arms. Eastman wrote Ninja Turtle on the top of the page. Laird laughed and then drew a more refined version of the turtle. Not to be outdone, Eastman drew 4 turtles, each armed with a ninja-style weapon. Laird outlined the group shot in ink and added Teenage Mutant to the Ninja Turtle title, hence coming up the name. As Eastman and Laird began fleshing out the turtles to create a comic book, they had to give the turtles names. At first, they tried Japanese names, but it just wasn't working. And this is kind of what they kind of retconned it, where they all were. Splinter had his kids in Japan, and he had 4 boys, and then they died, and they got reincarnated, and that's why it makes sense why they're ninjas rather than just mutant. Like ooze falling on a turtle. Well, why would it be a ninja? You know, like because the rat that just had ooze falling out just teaches it. Well, where'd he learn that? You know,
He was watching it
Because-
from.
Because he was,
I was
watching.
from my master.
But they,
In my cage. Yeah.
yeah, but like
He was practicing all the little moves in his cage.
they
Come
redid
on.
that where like wasn't.
They've
It
had
makes more sense.
They've had a lot of origin stories.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had
Well,
that. That was
here's
one of
the
my
thing.
2
Does it
albums
really
back in
need
the
to
day.
make sense? It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's life size, and it's like
Yeah,
Right,
I
yeah.
make a little sense. Why is it-
to talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's the first thing he's gonna say. Pizza.
Yeah, pizza. Anyway, so they tried the Japanese names. It wasn't working. So they tried with the great Renaissance names. So Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, and Michelangelo. Laird said that it felt just quirky enough to fit the concept.
Yeah.
Yes. And then in May of 2012, that original drawing of the turtles sold at auction for $71,000.
How many
Wow.
issues of the first comic were ran? Did it say?
This not
Issue
yet, yeah.
1. Okay.
Yeah, there wasn't actually many. There was like
It's like 20,000.
I think something like 25,000
or even maybe less
of
than
the
that.
first print. Yeah, because it
10,000.
wasn't big, and neither was the company they were working for.
They
so-
immediately had to do a second run. of
Yeah,
the
they
first
actually
issue.
went up to 4 prints, and
Yeah.
the first
Well,
one.
they finished it up in the first print, I believe. Like they finished off the bad guy, or like I don't know if it was Shredder in the beginning, because there is this awesome documentary on Netflix called
The Toys That Made Us.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
watched that.
Kind of skims over a lot of it.
Yeah, so I wanted to go. It goes to the Daredevil connection. This is what a lot of people don't remember. Realize there are many aspects of the Turtles that are a nod to Marvel Comics superhero Daredevil. For example, Splinter, the Turtles' father figure, and Sensei is a homage to Daredevil Sensei Stick. So if you watch the Netflix show,
Yep.
you get the whole thing. The Foot Clan is a takeoff of the Ninja Clan in Daredevil, known as the Hand.
And
However, the coolest connection is that the Turtles and
You didn't do
Daredevil.
that on purpose. Well, stop it.
Yeah. She didn't know what the hand was.
She fucking put her
She
hands
never
where her
watched
feet
Daredevil.
were. Yeah.
But here,
I did watch Daredevil.
She's like,
Oh, did you?
The
see, I
beginning.
do this.
season 2 is the
Fucking
best.
shut your mouth.
oh no, season 2 isn't the best. Come on.
I didn't see all
Season
of it.
3
I
would
think
be
I saw
better
the first one.
if you wore the fucking outfit.
I think I only saw the first
Season 2 is the Punisher season. Right?
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah, that was the best.
Well, yeah, that's true.
That's the
Yeah,
best.
You gotta love Frank
The fight
Castle.
scene,
And
Yeah, I got
Elektra.
that
the
far.
hallway fight
Did
scene
get
in
that
one
far.
was
See,
awesome.
I didn't care for that Electra. So
I
I
didn't
think
mind
it's
her.
Electra.
Anything with that redhead chick, I'm going to be a fan of.
Oh.
So anyway,
oh, Karen. Yeah.
Karen Page, I like
Oh,
Karen Page.
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
Karen Page.
And then
I
she
love
was
the
in The
girl who
Punisher?
plays Karen
Yeah.
Page. She was Jessica in True Blood.
Yeah.
Oh, how about that?
Mhm.
Anywho, so a lot of people don't know their origin story is almost exactly the same. This was mind blowing when I first heard it.
Mhm.
So in Daredevil 1, Matt Murdock sees a truck barreling down on an old man. So Murdock knocks the man out of the way, and as the truck swerves, the canister of radioactive flies and hits him, and he turns blinded in the face, and that's how he gets his powers, right? So it enhances his other senses, the superhuman levels, blah blah blah. We don't know Daredevil. Well, hopefully you do. If not, fuck you. Anyway, for the Turtles' origin, the same scenario plays out, except the canister bounces off the boy's head and smashes into a bowl of baby turtles, who
Why
fall
is that
along with the
like-
canister into an open manhole. That's why they live in the sewer.
Yep.
There's turtles there. Well, they add later that April worked at a factory for Baxter Stockman, and they were experimenting on the turtles, and April named the turtles, and Splinter was there in the cell, and then that's how Splinter knew about
That was the Michael
Splinter
Bay
knows he's-
version.
No, this is in the comic now, the IDW, the current.
But I mean, Michael Bay used that story a little bit
I
too.
think, yeah. So April named the turtles. That's why they feel connected to April, and she was nice to him. And then the other person was a fucking Utron or something. That Utron's the Krang race. Krang's the bad guy, the brain guy.
Mhm.
Anyway, I could go really deep into it. So, yeah, that's how the turtles. So they have that same kind of the ooze flies off the truck, mutates them. Anyway, in March,
Well,
of
they were
19
very inspired. They loved, like, the creators were big Daredevil fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then big comic, and they're trying to break in the comic business, so let's create our own characters, but it was hard, especially back then, because you had no internet. So like you had like print your book and how to print books, and then you might get 100 copies, and you're giving them to people just
And
to
you
try
get
and
publishers.
yeah, and it was black and white,
tough.
so people would be like, oh, black and white, I don't want a fucking black and white comic. Why is it a different size? People are weird. Anyway. In 1984, Eastman and Laird created a new company, Mirage Studios, so named because there was no actual studio other than Laird's living room, hence the Mirage. Then Eastman used his $500 tax return. Laird emptied his bank account of $200, and they borrowed $1,300 from Eastman's uncle to print 3,000 copies
There
of
it
the
is.
first comic book.
3,000.
Teenage
You
Mutant Ninja
own one
Turtles.
of those first
Oh,
3,000
You're
issues.
big money. If you get a 9.8 that's over 40 grand.
So just real quick, the guys who created the Ninja Turtles were doing it out of their house,
And his kitchen.
and
Yeah.
he took his $500 income tax and a $1,000 loan from a friend and an additional $200 from a bank account,
Yeah,
and started what was now known as the fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I know.
Crazy.
I mean, at the
And it
time,
was all a
like,
joke.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
all
like-
let's see if we can get this comic book made.
Because like I saw an episode of Pawn Stars where one of the guys came in with the original comic, and
Wow.
one of the creators came in to like verify that it was what it was, and they're like, I can't believe you have this, because like we thought it was an absolute joke, like no one wanted this and stuff. So it was just like, it was crazy to hear that, like how much it was worth and stuff.
And how you were saying before, it was black and white. There was no color variants. There was no Michelangelo's orange. It didn't even have
They
on
all
their
had.
belt.
They all originally had red masks.
Yeah, they're all red, and they didn't even have like their first initial on their belt, because that was a big thing. That
Yeah, no, they
identified
just
them.
had all. Yeah, that
The
was
only way
ad
you
for the
knew-
cartoon.
Yeah, the only thing you knew at that point in time that
Weapons.
was by their
Weapons,
weapons.
And back then, this guy gets to it though. In the when they first had, they were smoking, they were drinking.
Oh, it was very violent.
They
Yeah.
like to sleep around. They killed people. Like it was very like it wasn't the Ninja Turtles, especially not
Oh, yeah.
the cartoon Ninja Turtles.
Well, literally, they went and they it was blood and gore, and they're like,
Yeah.
and it turned into a giant fucking kid show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you think about Beetlejuice,
Mm.
RoboCop that make cartoons out of that?
Yep.
So like, anyway, oh yeah, where was that here? Blah. After printing costs, they had just enough money left to run an ad in Comics Buyer's Guide magazine to say, hey, this new book has come out. So how about that? Thanks to one ad, comic distributors across the country started calling, and Mirage sold all 3,000 copies within a few weeks. With more orders coming in, they print another 6,000 copies. That's the second print. It was still worth some, not worth as much as the original 3,000, and easily sold through those too. By May, they'd made enough money to pay back Eastman's uncle and split a roughly $200 profit. Woohoo! We got $100 for these fucking turtles.
Yep.
Although the comic was meant to be a one-shot, a single issue, self-contained story. That's one shot, if you ever hear that.
Yep.
They realized that they might be onto something. So in January 1985, they completed issue 2. Because you can always, that's the beauty about one shot. You can always make 2. And quickly received orders for 15,000 copies. Which is crazy because it's 1985. You had to go to your comic book store. You had to buy Turtles. Oh, wait, notice if someone called you on the phone and told you about it. Or maybe it was in that comic shop buyer's guide. And then you add it to your pull list because there's no pull list internet shit. Anyway, it was so successful that distributors demanded 30,000 reprints of number 1. This would be the third printing. And even more, the second print of issue number 2. Issue 3 fetched orders totaling 50,000 copies, and sales continued to climb, peaking at issue 8, which sold 135,000 copies in 1986. That's awesome. Thanks to a guest appearance by Dave Sims' character Cerebrus, a barbarian aardvark. Sorry. That's one thing they like to add all the different amorphous characters. Usagi Yojimbo, who was created by Stan Sakai, they added him in later,
Mhm.
and he was the Samurai Rabbit. But he's not a Ninja Turtle character.
Did he ever cross over with didn't they do anything or it was just maybe because I was a kid and they were so similar, I thought they might have been in the same universe, but Captain Bucky O'Hare?
No, they looked the same. It was
Yeah.
That's when it was so popular, like 90, 91. There was like, what can we do that's like the Ninja
Another
Turtles?
rat, an animal. Yeah.
Street Sharks.
Mhm.
What was it? What's the cows? Cowboys from Moo Mesa, biker mice from Mars.
Mhm.
Like
Oh,
and
the
Bucky
biker
O'Hare,
mice.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the biker mice are
So they tried to
I
like
had those toys.
whatever we can do. That's almost like the Turtles. The cash in on that. That's what they
Mhm.
did.
That worked for me as a kid.
Yeah, I was into all that stuff. Toxic Crusaders was another one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first issue of the comic originally sold for $1.50. But if you're looking for a first print copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 today, and this was written in 2015, mind you, it will cost you a neighborhood of $2,500 to $4,000.
What do you
That's
think- what do you
ungraded. Now, an ungraded one will probably be $10,000 if it's in a good condition. A graded 9.8 of Ninja Turtles 1 is probably $40,000. I'd say roughly around there. The Turtles comic ran under Mirage Studios banner from 84 to 95 for 75 regular issues, as well as dozens of miniseries, hence the Raphael one, which is the first appearance of Casey Jones, one-shots and limited series spin-off titles. Also, I'm throwing my own shit in here that I know. Just reading.
I don't know. Like I'm just kind of I don't know if this is first series, but a Ninja Turtles
It's black and white. They're on a roof.
6.5,
Mm-hmm.
$899 for a 6.5.
Yeah, that's a 6.5. I think you've got a 9.8. Let me see the cover. I can tell you exactly this first one.
So when you're talking 6.5, for somebody who doesn't read comics out there and stuff, what is that? Is that a grading system for you or what?
Did you bring comics?
Yes.
You fucking
So-
nailed it. I love you.
Here's when Jenica, we'll get to her, turns into a Ninja Turtle. This is again 9.8. The highest you can possibly have is a 10. It's super hard to get a 10. You can get a 9.9. I got 1.
If you give them a 10, they'll probably fucking put a scratch on it just to not give you the 10.
Yeah, no, sometimes they do. So it's great. They base it off of the flatness of the corners and if there's spine.
Oh,
little
okay. So they're
cracks,
grading it on
the color.
wear and stuff.
Yeah, so if you want to.
Yeah.
And then once it's in that binder and that thing, that if you open that,
Yeah,
it's interpreted for a brand new.
it null and voids that grade. So then it's back to being a raw book.
And depending on who grades it, the random people that one person might give you a 9.8, one person might give you a 9.6. It might be a 9.5.
It's very subjective. I mean, CGC says their guidelines, like their whatever. So, but yeah, you might get a good grade on one day, say that's 9.8, and another day that's a 9.6. So it's all 9.8's the most abundant. That's easy to get. I have more. So you want 9.8. So a 6.5, but like for older books, they're all beat up because they weren't thinking they'd be worth anything back in the day. So they're just beat up. So 6.5 is good for an older book. Like if you had First Appearance of Superman and it's a 2, you're still gonna get several $1,000s because who has a book from the 50s that's in good? Yeah.
So who cases them and like who preserves them then? Do you
do
it?
No, this company is called CGC. So you take the book and you give the info, you write down, the title, anything that happens at the number, and then you send it to them, and then you pay more like this. Now it's up like $38, and then they grade it, and then they encase it. They call it encapsulation, and then it's in this nice little. Case.
Now the crazy thing with these is we actually did a lot of like in the past episodes. If you guys want to check out, all of season 1 is uploaded, I believe, now on YouTube, so you can go back and check the older episodes. Ben used to bring a lot of comics, and Ben has a comic. He has the original appearance of Wolverine on the Incredible Hulk, and then the guy who drew Wolverine autographed it. Stan Lee autographed it, and the guy who originally drew Wolverine did a doodle of Wolverine on the cover with his autograph.
And his is that I think it's an 8.
And it's high.
8.5 at the highest. But I said, like, I was looking at it, I said, Ben, how much is it worth? And Ben, and I was like, I think
he gets really weird, so don't say how much it's worth.
You can look up Hulk 181.
Yeah.
So I said, I think this book is worth $30,000.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
And the crazy thing is,
it was arguable
when you send them that. See how on the top there it just has that information.
Yeah.
So his has was it yellow or orange?
Yeah,
because
it will look
autographed
like this.
Yeah. But they actually write on it like signed by Stan Lee, signed by artist, and then artist drawing. Like they put all that information on there.
Signed and sketched by Kevin Eastman.
There you go.
There's Janica. We'll get to her. And he drew a little turtle's head on it.
So there's the guy who wrote that, and then he drew a sketch of the character.
And that's his art for the cover too.
Yeah.
And then you get a yellow label. That's how you know it's a signature series. It's really dorky. Anyway, the thing about grading is you can't argue that. Like, back in the day when you didn't have books graded, you could say, well, I think this is very fine. Well, I think it's fine, but there's no way to cement. This is 9.8. You can't argue. 9.8 is a 9.8. So anyway, that we'll get to Janica. So the Mirage comic, like I said, ran for 75 issues. Archie Comics then used the Cartoon Turtles. That was 72 issues, which ran from 88 to 95. The Mirage Turtles, this goes over the comics real quick, moved to Image Comics for 13 issues in 96. But they're the only ones that aren't in canon for some reason. Because as I say, while in Image, the series took some odd turns. Splinter became a bat. Donatello changed into a cyborg, and Leonardo lost a hand, and Raph became the new Shredder. So that's probably why that's ignored. When Peter Laird brought the turtles back to Mirage in 2001, he completely ignored the Image years, and they are no longer considered part of the TMNT canon. His new series ran until 2010 with 30 issues in print and 31 available only online. Although the series was not officially concluded.
IMDb. What?
Nope, not yet. That was back to Mirage Comics, and then he said he had no immediate plans to publish more. But then in August 2011, publisher IDW picked up the series, and they're currently running today, and they're at issue 121 or something like that.
You can get volumes. I think up to 14 volumes.
Yes, and it's so good.
Yeah,
like you pick up one and read it, and it's the start of the new Turtles. Like you don't need to know anything.
Yep.
Ninja Turtles.
I picked up volume 1. I have volume 1, and then I also picked up. They have like the best of a character.
Yeah,
like the best of.
I just got the best of April.
Best of April, best of Splinter, best of Raph, Casey, and it literally takes what they feel was like their best issues and throw them all in one.
Like if you get Casey's, it's like his origin. It was Raphael number 1 or 2. I forget which one it is, and then it's like one like up from a newer issue, and one's like 105.
Yeah,
about his drunk dad. And so, anyway, here's like I was saying how they weren't made for youngsters, as it says. The turtles diced up enemies while spouting the occasional curse word, and one of the turtles' allies was a hockey mask-wearing vigilante, Casey Jones, who never really changed, who beat down even low-level crooks with baseball bats and hockey sticks until they were bloody. But when Playmates Toys expressed interest in producing TMNT action figures in 1986, the comic's PG-13 attitude wouldn't fit Playmates' 4 to 8-year-old target audience. So in addition, part of Playmates' marketing was an animated cartoon, because they seen He-Man was made toys toys, and then he did the cartoons. Like, this is just money here.
Late
License for money.
80s, early 90s.
Keep
Yep.
those characters coming, so we can make more action figures. Then just put them in the cartoon. Don't matter what you do. Anyway, so
Hey, we loved it.
Yeah.
Tony and me are the same birth year, so
Yeah.
we loved it, man.
So to make the turtles
We ate it
viable
up.
for the younger audience, the turtles had to soften up, so they couldn't be cursing and smoking and drinking and bagging chicks.
So here's a funny thing where a lot of people, and I'm guilty of this sometimes too, where I say, I can't stand that they took something I grew up with and fucking turned it into something that isn't what it is.
Mhm.
They made it for, but realistically, if it doesn't go this route, sure,
It would never be as
it would never be the Ninja
Yeah.
Turtles we were talking about
you would
right
have had
now.
those initial issues that they did back in '85, and people were like, what the fuck?
It might have been like a cult classic that people stuck
Yeah,
to, but
And like none of the big people like Baxter stopped. Well, he's eventually showed up, but like all the people you know from the cartoon would never.
Yep.
And they didn't have their red, yellow, and blue. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
So anyway, among other changes, the turtles became wisecracking jokers obsessed with the pizza, and the Shredder became a typical bumbling cartoon villain. Oh, tonight I dine on turtle soup.
who voiced him?
That I don't know.
The dad from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Really? Oh
Yep.
wow, what's not aware of that?
Yep.
Members of the Foot Clan were now robots, so parents wouldn't complain that the turtles were too violent. You could dice up robots all day long. Superman beats up robots. You know,
That's
rips
why
them
they
apart.
had the little the
Yeah, Mausers.
the little Mausers.
Yeah, I know more characters. And instead of geez, my fucking the article just went wacky there. You ever have an article up and then like the thing
Yeah,
pops up?
it-
and
I hate it.
On
Yeah.
iPads, that happens a lot.
And instead of yelling "damn" or "shit" or "fuck," the
Cowabunga.
turtles shout easily markable phrases like "turtle power" and "cowabunga" or "shell shock" when they fall in the store in the video game. Perhaps the most defining change was the turtles' costumes. In the comic, the interior artwork was in black and white, but the color cover showed the turtles all wearing red masks. The Super Nintendo or the regular Nintendo game has the art where they're all wearing red masks. The only way to tell them apart was specifically their weapons. In an effort to de-emphasize the weapon as identifier, which why would you want to do that? Each character was given his own signature color displayed on the mask: and elbow, knee pads, blue for Leonardo, orange for Michelangelo, red for Raphael, and purple for Donatello. In addition, they wore belt buckles with their first initial.
Yep.
Which was a smart move to like. And then what they did when they did have color, they're all different shades. Our Donatello's always brownish. Raphael's always darker, and he has a black guy that voices him usually. So, and then they even do their heights, and Michelangelo's the smallest, and I think Donatello's the tallest.
Well, no, that's the movie though. Corey Feldman does one of the voices for Donatello, I think.
Yeah,
Purple one.
Yeah, usually
Later
it's
on.
a black guy that does rap
Yeah.
all the time. I think in the movies it was.
No, the movie I think it was is like an Italian guy. or
Raph
something.
is actually voiced by what's his name from Shameless in no, is he's not the voice of Raph. He's one of them. What's it that plays the one of the gay guys? And I don't mean like as a negative thing.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
I
don't
can't
know.
I'm not
Mickey?
yeah,
Or
Mickey.
Ian?
Mickey's
Oh,
the
Mickey.
voice. Mickey's the
Oh,
voice
in
of
the new
one of them
one.
in the
In the
Michael
new
Bay
ones.
one. Mickey from
Mickey.
Shameless.
Yeah.
E from Shameless. I that I don't know.
I'll pull it up here.
Yeah. I got you.
But it did say that they some changes they were happy about. This is Larry Niesman, and some they were not so happy about.
Yeah. Corey Feldman was done.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I knew he was Donatello.
See who
or-
Raph was.
I think there was a callback. It was I watched it a few years ago. There was a
Josh Paez.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think this was a callback that
He was Michelangelo.
Oh, he was
Noah Fisher was Michelangelo.
Okay.
This is for the live action movies, the original live action movies.
Yeah.
No, this is the Michael Bay ones.
Oh,
The
okay.
guy from Shameless.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't watch
I
them.
just
I
know
heard they're
him as
okay.
Mickey.
I didn't like that the turtles were from outer space.
They looked angry.
and they were like 12 feet tall.
they were from outer space.
Yeah. I did not like that.
Oh God, no.
I did
Thank
like
God I
what's his
didn't
name?
watch
Green
it.
Arrow's Casey Jones. That was kind
Oh,
of cool.
Stephen and Mel.
And
that was the only
Seamus
reason.
as Bebop.
Roxanne and Bebop look really good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Seamus was Bebop.
Yeah.
And the van was cool in it.
Yeah. But
There was
I
certain,
would like
certain
to-
elements that
I'll
I
watch
that stuck
them.
for
They
me.
looked
Yeah.
It doesn't
scary,
have
though.
Dr. Phil as Shredder for the first movie.
Kevin Nash, speaking of
Kevin
wrestling, he
Nash
was
is
Super
Super
Shredder. Yeah, and
Yeah.
two. It doesn't say anything. He just does this on the docks. Super Shredder. Anyway, when they quoted Laird because he was unhappy about things, I think this which eventually led to him selling the rights to Kevin Eastman. He said that it would have been very different. It's as if he got his way. Among other things, there would likely have not been no moronic henchmen like Bebop and Rocksteady. Everyone likes Bebop and Rocksteady.
Rocksteady.
The Shredder would have been more seriously malevolent. April would not have been a reporter and constantly needed to be rescued by the turtles.
I'm glad he sold his rights.
Yeah, the turtles will not have been so ridiculously obsessed with pizza, and the Shredder would not have had as one of his businesses a restaurant called Ninja Pizza. And the show would not have had a joke or gag every 5 seconds. Well, it was for fucking kids.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
And they actually like
You made a little bit of money off that, Laird.
It-
Just
it-
a little bit.
it ruined their friendship for a very long time.
Yeah, and that's why they sold the rights, and they're not. It's only Kevin Eastman. Like this, is Kevin Eastman right here.
Mhm.
Kevin Eastman does the cover B of every issue of the comic that comes out, and he oversees the writing.
Mhm.
Laird has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
So
They're on speaking terms now,
yeah,
but for a long time they weren't.
yeah.
I think that Toys for Made Us,
Mhm.
that documentary, that episode that they shot,
Got them talking. Again.
was the first time they actually like were in the same room again.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
so that
I thought he was one of them was upset over having a lady turtle too.
yeah, he didn't want a lady turtle.
A Venus,
Yeah,
which was we'll get to her.
Yeah.
and maybe he didn't like Jenica either, but
he probably didn't. They also changed the style of the art too because they originally
Yeah.
had tails.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's what I was gonna
Yes,
say.
they
But they
originally
thought
had tails.
Like
Turtles
and
were-
then-
penises.
They had to get rid of them because they looked
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
other parts.
Other parts, other male parts.
yeah. What can you do? So the cartoons. We'll move on to this. Before Playmates, this is who made the toys, would commit to a full tool line for the Turtles. They tested the waters with a 5-part cartoon miniseries. It debuted in December 1987 and had to be aired 3 times before it finally found an audience, which is weird because you think kids are like, well, talking turtles. Once it gained traction, Playmates ordered more episodes, and the show stayed on the air from 88 to 96. Yeah, for a total of 188 episodes in the regular series. Oh yeah, if you go, we'll get there. So a lot of the voices were done by top performers of the time. Raphael was played by Rob Paulson, who would later voice Pinky and Yakko on Animaniacs. Townsend Coleman played Michelangelo, and later, later voiced the animated version of The Tick. Cam Clark was a veteran anime dubber before he landed Leonardo. Clark later starred as Kaneda and the English dub of an anime classic Akira, so some big people there. And then Donatello was voiced by Barry Gordon, whose resume includes parts of Leave It to Beaver, Archie Bunker's Place, and many TV series like SWAT Cats. Oh, that was a good show. And Pole Position, which I don't remember at all.
I don't know.
Oh, and the Fresh Prince Uncle James Avery starred as the voice of Shredder. So anyway. Here we go. Here's some
Was
Eastman.
that the show?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
cartoon,
the
the original
show.
cartoon from the
Not the
1970s.
movie, yeah.
So Eastman and Laird were sued for $5 million by Buffalo Bob Smith. Who do you know better?
Buffalo
The
Bob
Ninja
Smith?
Turtles or Buffalo Bob Smith?
Who's Buffalo Bob?
You can tell
Yeah.
how this case went. Host of the Howdy Doody show, Howdy Doody Ninja Turtles. Because he claimed they stole cowabunga from his program. The word was first used as the catchphrase greeting of a Native American character named Chief Thunder Thud, stupid name. However, it had been adopted for surfers in the 1960s. After a few months of legal wrangling, Smith settled for $50,000, and he's lucky he got that.
Yeah.
The Turtles made a little bit more than $50,000. The Turtles returned in an animated series produced by 4Kids Entertainment, which ran from 2003 to 2009. This was a good cartoon, too. It was a little more adult, not as goofy. This time, co-creator Peter Laird had an active hand in the production, which resulted in a series that was much closer to the original comic book. They made Shredder and Utron, though, which I didn't like. Shredder was an alien, and then it went a little off the rails.
humans.
Yeah. Well, it was a little bit different in 2000.
I mean, they straight up murdered a man in the original movie.
Yeah. Well.
They put him in a garbage truck.
Yeah.
and fucking
Yeah.
crushed
You
him.
put someone in the garbage truck, you're
Yep.
dead. That was
Yeah,
Casey. He
obviously.
killed. You know.
Casey Jones murdered a man.
Obviously did not.
Snowball in the chat puts a little pizza in there. So thank you for hanging out with us, man. If you're watching live and you want to chat with us, put in the comments who your favorite turtle was or character.
So they have this here. I think it's backwards because it says in 2000, Eastman sold his stake to the Turtles to Laird. That's reverse because Kevin Eastman's still doing it.
Mhm.
Who in turn sold the rights to Viacom in 2009. A few years later, in 2012, Viacom, through its subsidiary Nickelodeon, released a new CGI cartoon. That one wasn't. That's
The
just.
Nickelodeon wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I didn't watch it. It's on Hulu. I want to watch it.
What year was that?
2012.
Yeah.
It ran for 6 seasons. I
So
think.
this is where not so much my brother, I mean, he a little bit bounced back into Ninja Turtles here, but it wasn't like the next big thing. But then it came back out. No, it might have been still with
This
2012.
will be the third. cartoon.
Justin's youngest, Jaden, repicked up that Turtles, the Nickelodeon Turtles, and
Mhm.
had a movie,
Yeah.
and that's when like
Well, that
the new,
TMNT cartoon movie was a little bit different than the series.
but I mean that TMNT
Yeah.
blew it
a
up.
lot of people really like that. I was getting all the toys from that at Walmart, and they would just sell immediately.
Yeah.
Now the current ones aren't really selling because they look stupid. But
Well, they actually brought back the original toy line, but
yeah,
like
I got all the turtles, and then now they did Splinter and Shredder. So I
Yeah.
think they're gonna do. Hopefully, do everybody. Please do everyone.
if you ever come across a Casey, grab it.
Yeah, not yet. He's not out yet.
Yeah.
You got to do Casey in April.
Yeah.
Anyway, so where was I here? Oh, the cast of this show, this is the 2012 one, include Jason Biggs as Leonardo, Sean Astin as Raphael, Rob Paulson, who played Raphael in '88, was now Donatello, and Greg Cripes, best known as Beast Boy in the popular cartoon Teen Titans, played Michelangelo. And Mae Whitman of Parenthood, don't know, and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World was April O'Neil. And that series ran to 2017 and was pretty good, and it is on Hulu. So let me go. They didn't even get to the video games yet. I don't like how they spaced it. I would have did this a little bit. Action figures, what we're going to talk about now. So before the Playmates toys were made almost exclusively. Wait, what does it say here? Toys were almost exclusively dolls and plastic play sets, like the truck here of the van.
Did you own any of the toys?
I, of course, had the Turtles. If you were a cool kid, you had the Turtles, and you had Shredder, and you had Splinter. And if you were a rich kid, you had more than one foot soldier because they had to beat up more than one.
I had one.
Well, I was not.
I had one foot soldier. This is where I was still cool with my parents because I was not that sweet spot age, and I was this only child. So and at the time, like my uncle lived with us, and I was kind of like I was spoiled at the time. But so I had a lot of turtle action figures.
I had a lot of the bad guys.
I had tons of them. I had every
He said
turtle.
he used to take a bath with all of us.
Oh yeah.
I would take a bath with all my toys, but
And he would know if
if
something
I
was
was
missing.
missing one sai,
Yeah.
one nunchuck, if the belt fell off,
Yeah.
I would.
And they had the throwing stars.
Dude, you couldn't see the fucking water, and I'd be like, I'm missing a sai, and my mom's like, there's no way you know that. Like they thought I was Rain Man. They're like, we should get you tested. But yeah, I was obsessed. I never had the sewer. I always wanted the sewer.
I want the van. I heard that. But if you were real rich,
You had the Technodrome.
and the
Technodrome. Yeah.
Technodrome and the blimp, because the blimp inflated. Ace Duck came with the blimp.
Yeah, I never had the blimp. I never had the.
Technodrome was like this
I
big.
never
I
had-
wanted to buy it now.
So do I.
And Krang.
I had
Krang
Krang.
goes for like $100.
I had Krang. I had the big
not,
Krang.
not Krang the chair. Yeah, the big Krang.
Yeah, the big Krang with the where you actually
Yeah.
put him inside of it. I did have the van. That was the only thing I had. I had the van.
I had no because I had the toys.
I had the van. I loved the van.
I always get the bad guys. I never got April though. I don't
I
know
had
why. I
April.
never had.
I
April.
had
And
April. I had April. I had all the turtles. I think I had one shredder and the van.
And then I had when the movie toys came out, I had those version of those toys,
Mhm.
like where they had where they looked
Like movie. Yeah.
the movie ones, and then I had the ones where you transformed them, where they were the baby turtle. and then you
Oh
took
yeah, I
the
remember
legs
that.
from-
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
Like the Power Rangers one, the
Yep.
head flips. Yeah.
Yeah, I had that one too.
That's crazy.
I had that.
Yeah.
I had almost that whole. I had almost every huge and then we had them all, and they're all in that's one little area in our house fire. Lost
That
everything.
sucks, yeah.
See, and then I had the costume. One year I was Raphael for Halloween, and my mom didn't want me to do it, but she gave in and got me the costume for Raphael, and then I would wear it and play in it all the time.
Yeah.
Mom said,
Yeah, when you got a costume when you're a kid, that was like
"Yeah,
all the time wear.
If you
that
were
was
not
all
a
the
kid
time wear for
who
me."
took fucking paper towel rolls and fucking taped them together so you can have a
A
stick
bow
like
staff.
Donatello,
yeah,
That's pretty creative.
Yeah.
I would've done that. I was never a turtle. I was like Beetlejuice. Remember them half masks that you get with like the pleather suit that you would
Yeah.
wear that you'd slip in the back? They were terrible and they're so hot.
Mhm.
That was He-Man.
Oh, and
Skeletor.
my Ninja Turtles crossed over into my WWF universe because they were around the same size.
Oh, did you ever get
Yeah.
those toys?
Which one?
I have though. I have the first.
Oh,
there's
yeah,
two
I
series.
did not.
Yeah.
Who didn't they have a Shawn Michaels version?
I don't know. The one is The Rock as Raphael. I didn't buy that because it was real lame. There's Roddy Piper, Michelangelo.
Taker, right?
Raphael, I believe is no Donatello, Undertaker. Raphael is Michelangelo's John Cena. There's two series. Someone's Roddy Piper. Oh, there's a Macho Man. There's a Warrior. Yeah, and then Rock. There's 8 total. They're awesome. I have the first series. So speaking of toys, from 88 to 97, Playmates produced around 400 Turtles figures. That's not 400 total. That's 400 characters.
Yeah.
As well as, and then there was the Turtles, and then there was the Undercover Turtles. So there's 4. So there's 8. So it's not there's not 400 different characters, and then there's 2 Shredders. You know what I mean? Anyway, for the first 4 years of Turtle Mania, about 1.1 billion worth of toys were sold. Billion, making the Turtles the top 3 selling toy figure ever at the time, behind only G.I. Joe and Star Wars.
You're welcome.
Yeah, how about that? Thanks to the Nickelodeon cartoon, the Turtles are back on toy shelves again. Now this is the ones I was buying. They were flying because I remember one would come out and then
So real quick here, series 1 was Raphael as the Rock, Leonardo as Finn Balor,
Mhm. Which is weird. Raphael should have been from Balor.
Michelangelo as Roddy Piper, Donatello as the Ultimate Warrior. Then season 2 was Donatello as the Undertaker, Michelangelo as the Macho Man Randy Savage,
Oh, Raphael Sting.
Leonardo as John Cena, and Raphael as Sting.
Then I do have more than one. I have the first series and I have a couple other ones. I do not have that Rock because the Rock looks stupid. It does. It's just Raphael with his eyebrow up. and he has a T-shirt.
He's wearing a rock
yeah,
t-shirt.
it's real lame. Like they're ones that are their character.
Did they do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ghostbusters?
Yes,
too?
they did,
Mhm.
and they did the
There's
comic too.
also a Cobra Kai set that we saw.
Oh
at
yeah,
Best Buy
that
today.
just saw that.
yeah, that just came out, and then the Universal Monster Turtles that are coming out.
Yeah.
and then
I'm
the
excited
horror
for
ones that
those.
came out back in the day.
Dude, the Ghostbusters ones look fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
they're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I went to get them, but man, like you want to commit, that's $25 a figure. Like this
You
is
can get all
$100.
four of them.
Holy
You can get
crap,
all
is
four
that
of them
how much they go
Lucy's.
for now?
You can get Lucy's all four of
Well-
them for $44 on eBay.
Oh, that ain't bad. Yeah, well, they were bigger, so
Okay.
they're like this big. They're not the
Oh,
normal.
okay,
yeah.
okay,
And it's a
alright.
big box. I should have brought. I was gonna bring one. I forgot. They're up in my attic. I didn't unpack all that stuff yet. So let's move on to the movies now. In 1990, the Turtles hit the big screen. The live-action film
This movie
Teenage
changed.
Mutant Ninja
This movie
Turtles.
changed my life.
I remember I seen it in the
I
theater.
loved it.
Dude, I fucking wore
This-
tapes out.
Yeah,
What was
I
it?
was just gonna say I broke a tape. with
Go
this
Ninja,
on
Go
it.
Ninja, Go. The Ice Ice Baby.
That
stuff.
was the second
That
one.
was the second one.
That
Oh,
was
was
the
it?
Secret
Yeah.
of the Ooze.
Oh yeah, that's
yep.
right.
First
That
one
was
was
like the first
Tequila.
album I owned. Was
Tequila.
it?
Yes, Tequila was in this one.
So Danhausen was in it.
Mhm.
With a budget of $13.5 million, the film ranked in over $200 million worldwide at the box office. That's in 1990. That's pretty good. Director Steve Barron made some of the biggest music videos of the MTV era. His resume included Michael Jackson's Sidewalk Lighting, Billie
Billie
Jean. Oh God, the sketchy world of Aha's Take on Me. Take on that. Cool, good video.
Great video.
And the computer animated Workman in Dire Straits, Money for Nothing, another classic video.
Yes,
Those costumes
Yeah, that's what we
fucking
get to.
hold up.
they were Jim Henson.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know they
if-
were puppeteered by Jim Henson. Like he's the
Mhm.
one who designed them, and they actually had lots of electronics and stuff in their shells.
And
Yep.
for their eyes and mouth. Yeah.
And they're my favorite. Like I
Dude.
would still much
You could
rather
make a
watch
movie with
that
those
over than
costumes
the
today. Well,
CGI
if
crap.
they were
Yeah.
in good shape.
When
We
she
just
when they all are in the apartment. Spoiler alert! If you have never seen these fucking movies,
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
from a movie from 35 years ago.
when Heidi, when we were watching it, she said she's seen it, but
I did.
she literally was watching it. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe, like, you were invested.
I've
But
seen them.
when
They're good, though.
when April opens the door to the
Yeah.
apartment and they're all like Splinter,
Yeah.
and they're all like they're fucking, you can see their emotions in
Yeah.
there, and like she was like starting to cry. She's like,
Yeah.
I told you I cry about everything.
look how sad they are. I'm like, and in my head, like rewatching now as an adult, I'm like, if another grown adult can see those character, like those costumes and those puppets,
Yeah.
and you can see their emotion that they just lost their father, and that's fucking the early
Early
90s.
1990.
Like it holds up, man. It
Yeah.
was so
it
good.
does hold up, and that was some great animatronics, or I can't say it
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You know, that was great work back then.
And they fought in them.
It still looks
Yeah.
good.
it
Yeah.
draws people inside it. Yeah. So the Jim Henson Creature Shop used a state-of-the-art control system that they called Puppet Tektronix. So that's they bring
use
the
it for
turtle
Chucky,
costumes,
too.
Yeah. To create facial expressions, a single puppeteer would use a joystick for the eyes, an electronic glove to work the jaw, and a headset with infrared sensors tracking the puppeteer's face to work the lips. So imagine all that that's into
Imagine
fucking
how
turtle.
hot it is. In
Yeah, and a lot of them had fans. I was the Easter Bunny for 2 years, and there's a fan on top of the head. So these guys had fans. They're supposed to be cool. and
I
You
was-
were the Easter Bunny for 2
yeah,
years?
yeah, in the Cressona Mall back in the day.
But you don't like kids.
I hate kids, but I paid pretty good.
So were you one of those mean Easter bunnies?
Yeah.
Did you ever see the pictures of
Like,
like
get
the
outta here.
pissed off
Well, the
Easter
Easter,
bunnies?
the
I
Easter
have a
Bunny
few.
doesn't really say anything. It's like,
Our-
"Hi, kids."
No, but the like the
Oh yeah,
the,
yeah.
the
face-
look of
this
them.
face was nice. He had a little bow tie with
When we
veins
had
on it.
when we had Cujo, we went to go have his picture taken with the Easter
Yeah.
Bunny, and literally the lady's like, I'm like, he'll sit, he's fine, and he sat and he was looking great, and I'm like, just do me a favor, hold the toy by the camera,
Don't
and you'll get the
squeak.
greatest picture ever.
Yeah.
If you squeak that, he's coming at you. And she's like, okay, whatever. And she held it up and was,
Eh.
wheat. And the Easter Bunny was like lightly holding the leash. And Cujo's like, that's mine. And he was like fucking 140 pounds. He lunged. The Easter Bunny's like holding his head on.
He like almost lost.
Yeah.
He's like, I want that toy.
it was
I did
almost
that
like
with my
a scene
dog
out of
too once with
Beethoven.
Santa
Wow.
Claus.
But can't do it the lady. She'd freak out.
Oh, yeah. She'd
She'd have a heart attack.
I done it with Max
She
when he
would
was a
die
puppy,
in the-
and it's like it stays on my fridge forever. It's so cute.
But go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah.
Side
So,
tangent there.
yeah. I was just the cast. Eliza Koteas, I don't know who that is. That's Casey Jones. Corey Feldman, like you said, as Donatello, voice Donatello. Kevin Clash, better known as the former voice of Elmo of all people, as Splinter, and a small early role for Sam Rockwell, star of 2009's criminally acclaimed Moon.
My son Michelangelo.
Yeah. Oh wow, this is pretty. I didn't know this. Tatsu, the Shredder's second in command, who was not in the cartoon, who played by let me see his name. Toshishiro Obata, a real-life martial arts expert. He was actually created his own style of Japanese swordsmanship called Shinkendo, which is currently being taught in 90 dojos across the world. That's pretty cool. They put him in the movie. That was me. Sorry. I hate to
There's a
think I
ghost.
don't know what the hell that was. The film spawned 2 sequels, 91 Secret Ooze, which is pretty good, and 93's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3,
Part 2,
which sucks ass.
Part 2 might be better than part 1.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
3,
Horrible.
yeah.
Is there a reason why they didn't?
They
have
travel in
April?
time.
'Cause
I
it's
think it was
April
different.
Every one.
Different
What's up?
people.
It's a different April in every one.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Part 3's April was the best though.
Yeah, part 3 was just. I was a kid. I was like, this is bad.
And then the fucking rock concert.
Yeah. Oh. Ugh.
I didn't see the rock concert.
Oh, those costumes were terrible. They were fucking
I
nightmare
don't know
fuel.
if I've seen 3 when I was a kid, but I definitely didn't see the rock concert.
If you want to have nightmares
Yeah.
tonight, Google what those costumes look like
yeah,
now.
I don't remember the rock concert one
Dude,
at all,
the
but I remember
fucking-
3 in their little
the
samurai
lips,
outfits
the
and
lips
stuff.
all like dry rotted around
Yeah.
the teeth, and they're like,
It's not-
it's
it's
like
not good,
fucking
yeah.
zombie turtles. They're scary looking.
So in 2007, we got the computer anime film just called TMNT.
Good movie.
Cast included. How about this? Chris Evans, who was Captain America. Zhang Ji, I don't know who that is. Kevin Smith, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Patrick Stewart, and Lawrence
Who's
Fishburne.
Kevin Smith voice?
Wow.
Talk about a fucking cast there.
Yeah,
On a budget of
yeah.
34 million, the film made 95 million at the box office.
Was that the TMNT?
Yeah, the computer
Think
generated.
about the
TMNT.
money difference. I think it was like 13 million for the 1990 film, and it was technically was an independent film until New Line Cinema picked it up, and
Yeah.
New Line Cinema at
It's like
the
horror
time
movies.
was like a very brand new distribution or production company.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mhm.
At the time.
So the Turtles returned in 2014 as a live-action film directed by Jonathan Liebesman and produced by Michael Bay. We know him, Transformers
Chris
guy.
Evans was Casey Jones.
Really? Wow.
All right, real quick, let me go back to this. Like,
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart was Winters. I'm not sure who Winters
I
was.
don't even know who it is.
Mako was Splinter. Chris Evans, Casey Jones. Sarah Michelle Gellar, April O'Neil. Kevin Smith was Diner Cook. He gets so Lawrence
You can't even give him a character.
Lawrence Fishburne narrated it.
Should have got what's his name?
Nolan North did Raphael.
Oh, he's
who-
in everything.
He's like the video game voice. He
Yeah,
does Nathan
Deadpool.
Drake.
Yeah.
He does Deadpool. He does everybody. John DiMaggio was Colonel Santo, and he's the voice of Bender from Futurama.
Oh, he's in
Futurama,
everything.
and he's
Yeah.
the voice of Marcus
Mar-
Cole.
Marcus
and-
Phoenix.
yeah, Marcus Phoenix. Yeah, Marcus Cole. Marcus Phoenix.
Coltrane.
Yeah. There's
Anyway.
some other voice actors. I'm probably
Yeah.
people are probably like, how did you not say their name? But yeah,
So,
So the
we,
Mike. Well,
we
go ahead.
skipped one of the live action movies. I guess you could consider it a movie.
which one?
Short film.
It's a short film type
Oh.
thing from '94, the Ninja Turtles Christmas special.
Oh God.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Unless that's called the next mutation, which we'll get to. Yeah,
That
I don't
one-
remember that.
I've never seen the
Is-
Christmas special.
We wish you a turtle Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh God.
it's a fun one. We watched
We
we
wish-
watched it today.
Oh boy, I had to watch. I've never seen that.
It's on YouTube. You're gonna watch it.
Oh boy, I will watch it just to see. The production of the Michael Bay movie had been troubled, starting with Bay's remarks in 2012 that the film would simply be called Ninja Turtles, which not that big a deal, and that the turtles would be aliens from another planet.
Yeah. I couldn't
Obviously,
handle
fans were not
Holy
happy.
fuck! Those costumes and We Wish You a Turtle Christmas are
that.
terrifying.
See.
Oh my god! Jesus!
You gotta post that picture.
I'm gonna. That is fucking.
So I'm doing that because
Listen,
they all
this
are
is-
making that face.
This is what we grew up with. You guys had it
Holy
from the beginning.
shit.
We didn't. This is where we started.
Oh my! If you start with this, I don't. Yeah, if you're not a Turtles fan, I don't blame you.
That's fucking nightmare fuel.
That could be a horror movie. If them things.
Listen, it was
Jesus
such a great
Christ.
movie.
Such a short film.
They almost look like that one meme. I forget. They look like Momo. Remember Momo? The meme, the like chicken girl from Japan that was supposed to possess
Oh.
people or whatever. That's
God,
what they
I
look
totally
like.
missed
Momo.
that.
Google
Totally
Momo
missed it.
meme. Anyway, Michael Bay's response.
Bro, I'm fucking
Oh God,
traumatized.
they look horrible. Like they look fucking awful.
So bad.
Like why are they all shocked? They are in a permanent state of shock and happiness and maybe horny.
You keep saying
Like-
that. I cannot picture my turtles like that.
Oh my God.
I still picture my turtles as a 1990 movie. They look creepy. They look so cute.
Yeah, when they're doing the rock. Oh, that's so bad. That's when Venus comes. So, anyway, Michael Bay said to all the people complaining, take a chill pill. And then that's like,
Take a
fuck you.
chill pill.
We have a product for you. It's called the Xbox 360. Fuck you, Dylan.
Take a
Anyway,
chill
however, the negative feedback was enough for Bay to eventually put the project on hold for a rewrite with a new script and addition of Teenage Mutant to the title. Film began shooting in April 2013 with stars Megan Fox as April O'Neil, who hot but can't act, William Fichtner as the Shredder, and Will Arnett as cameraman Vernon Fenwick. That's April's.
You know, I love that like he keeps casting Megan Fox, Michael Bay, and
Yeah.
her. Like they have this tension relationship, but he casts her in everything.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
look at that.
We wish you a turtle Christmas. Holy.
And
Bro.
what year was that though?
94.
What year was that?
94.
Do we know? 94.
Dude,
Yeah.
if
So-
you put that costume on and walked into a children's school, those kids would fucking jump out a window.
I don't know. I think Raphael's on the back left and Michelangelo's on the back right. Look at Michelangelo's face. Like,
Donatello looked high as hell.
yeah. Leonardo's excited. He
Dude,
might be
Donatello's
throwing up.
chest plate doesn't even fit right.
Well,
That's fucking terrifying.
it's not good.
No.
Wow.
It's not good.
Highly
You
recommend.
think of what we liked.
Do
as
they
kids,
talk the
though,
whole time
you
like
know?
this? Or like, hey
I know, I
guys?
feel like back then that
Like
was
the whole-
Yeah, like think of the Bear Show over
Acceptable.
Knobles. You remember that what was it? The
The
Country
weird-
Time
yeah.
Bears or something?
Mhm.
Like you walk back in the museum now and you think, man, I like
scary.
this as a kid and this is fucking
Dude,
scary.
I
What we
just
did.
found
Like what's the puppets on Mr. Rogers, Lady or whatever? They're
Oh,
terrifying.
yeah,
lady
Yeah.
was
King whatever.
creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh.
I just
Actually, no lady that looks like
if you
something.
subscribe to us on Patreon and give us money, I promise after
Buy
I
that
pay our
turtle outfit?
bills, I will buy one of those fucking outfits. Like I will hunt down the Merry Turtle
They're
Christmas.
probably expensive.
Merry Christmas.
That's where our
I
money's
doubt
going.
it.
That's where our
Well,
Patreon money
didn't
is
the guy
going.
at the
I
office
want the
con have
Donatello.
one?
He
Yeah.
had the
Rock-
rock concert
They
Donatello.
were equally as bad.
Leonardo, and that was scary. It
Yeah.
was. I walked. I was like, "That's fucking." If that's in his personal house, like that's sitting in his room. Like if I walked in like 3 o'clock in the morning, drunk from a bar, and fucking open the door and fucking,
I mean, his house is probably bigger than ours.
Dude,
He's
I
probably
would
got,
be like,
special
what if it's
rooms.
not?
I wouldn't even risk that coming to life.
I wouldn't want that. Just give me the. Whoa,
Wrong button. Sorry.
show's over. Yeah, Michael Bay's Turtles were met with more. What would you call it? People were unhappy because the turtles had a human appearance, like their faces had like
Yeah.
they're human,
They use CGI so that they actually use the
Yeah.
facial expressions of the actors.
and they were roughly 12 feet tall.
yeah,
So it's
they're
like-
huge.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
want to be honest. I
very
didn't.
big.
I didn't hate it as much as
Yeah.
everyone else did. But I was like, man, if we got the way they looked so good in the '90s,
yeah. How could
why
a
are we
movie
going super CGI?
20 years later be worse?
Worse, yeah.
Like that's what the wrestling games like. We had No Mercy's so good. How can a game that comes out now not have as many options as one from 2001?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, movies that were never made. So a live action film called TMNT: The Next Mutation began pre-production in 94 but was never made. In the movie, the mutagen in their bodies would have affected the turtles' physiology.
Physiologically.
I can't say the fucking
Yeah.
word. According to Laird, Leonardo could change his skin into a nearly impenetrable chrome-like surface, so Leonardo's Colossus. Michelangelo could project human features onto his body, so he's
I thought you were saying human feces.
he
Michelangelo
makes a
throws,
big dick.
Michelangelo throws shit.
I thought that's what he said.
Donatello gained psychic powers, Jean Grey, but at the cost of his eyesight.
Psychic flowers and
But
he
then
goes
you could,
blind.
but you could still see because
Yeah.
you're
Because you're psychic.
But you're
yeah.
not seeing like what's in front of you.
Raphael morphed into a raptor Raph, a monster with a long, sharp teeth and foot-long claws, and Splinter would have the ability to change.
So
into a-
Raphael turns into Philosophaster.
yeah, Splinter would have the ability to change into a giant, muscled, super rat mutant creature. So
That sounds terrifying.
Brock Lesnar, Splinter. I wonder why this was canceled. According to Eastman and Laird, in the early days of the comic book, Roger Corman's New World Pictures approached them about a comedy adaptation using contemporary stand-up comics. Get a load of this: Gallagher, Sam Kittleson, Bobcat Goldthwait, and Billy Crystal, dressed in turtle shells and green face makeup.
Why are we not funding? Why
Yeah.
didn't we fund this?
Another unrelated project was an R-rated film that would have featured
John Kinnison's just screaming.
Roller skating semi-nude nuns with Uzis battling the turtles. I would watch that. I think I would watch all of them.
I would watch that before I watch fucking Christmas
Yeah.
Turtles.
Listen, that was probably why, because that came out in '94. Why that other movie didn't happen in '94?
I want
Yeah.
I want everyone who's listening right
Colossus
now or
fucking
listening back
Michelangelo.
later. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to say that cast again. And not costumes, not anything. It is 100% them with fucking shells on their back and face paint on.
Okay, yeah. So
So what
green face paint. It's like a lame kid's
You
costume.
just
Yeah.
see Billy Crystal.
Let's play him out. So Gallagher. Who would Gallagher be? Michelangelo, right?
Yeah.
But then Sam Kinison,
Gallagher,
Ra-
like the watermelon guy.
Raphael.
Yeah, watermelon guy.
Yeah.
Gallagher.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
Ooh.
He's the weird guy from Police Academy for those.
Yeah.
And he was also the bunny on Unhappily Ever After, a very underrated show.
Yeah.
And Billy Crystal, he has to be
Leo.
Leonardo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it's the rest of it, just
Now, close your eyes.
picture that.
If you're
Gallagher.
watching this video, now open your eyes. This is what we got.
There it is, Sam Kinison.
There it is. All right.
Oh God. So video games. The Turtles have been featured in 23 arcade and home video games since 1989 on just about every console and computer system imaginable. Their self-titled debut is one of the best-selling NES games, not made by Nintendo. So how about this was back when just the NES, so it was roughly 4 million copies.
The
sold.
original side scroller up
Yeah,
one. Not
yeah,
good.
which was not good at all. We got the arcade game in '91, which was fantastic.
Turtles
that
in
became
Time.
Turtles 2. That was the arcade game is just Turtles 2.
Yeah, Turtles 2 was great.
Yeah, and then we got what would have been. Yeah, I watched a whole video on this. It's complicated. Let me see if I can remember. Turtles in Time would have been Turtles 3, but it took so long because it was out in the arcade to come home. By the time 4 made it to console, Turtles 3 was already made, which would have been Turtles 4.
Yeah.
So that only one, and then so that's the Manhattan Project, which is Turtles 3, which is only on NES, and then Turtles 4 was Super Nintendo, which was Turtles in Time.
Mhm.
And there's also the Hyperstone Heist for Genesis.
First time you throw a character at the screen,
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah, and Turtles in Time.
this is-
Because Shredder's like, you see like the point of Shredder watching the Turtles fighting, and you throw the foot shoulders at Shredder.
Yeah.
Very good game.
very fucking
There's still fun
amazing
time.
game.
Not one, skip one.
Yeah.
And then that one's coming out next year.
There's a fighting game too
Turtles
for Super
4.
Nintendo.
Yeah, Tournament Fighters.
That
It's also
goes
on
really,
Genesis.
that's expensive, right?
Not really.
No?
There's different characters in each one. They're almost totally different games, but still fighting games with different engines
Mhm.
for Genesis and Super Nintendo. It's okay.
Yeah.
There's ones for GameCube where you have like kind of like X-Men Legends based on the 2005 cartoon,
Mhm.
and then you could be Casey and you unlock Karai and April, tons of people.
Did they just come out with a
turtle?
turtle, like a dungeon crawler Turtles game recently?
No, they have that one just called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, came out in like 2016.
I think we're due for a new Turtles game.
Yeah, you know that side scroll one they're making.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
and they announced that you could play as April and
Better be fucking Casey.
yeah. Well, they showed the whole screen. There's like fucking 50 characters you can play.
Oh,
as.
cool.
Yeah, so that's coming out next year. Did get pushed back. So very.
You know how excited I am for that game?
I'm excited.
There we go.
No, God. How about this? Turtles on tour.
That was
Even
they were fucking terrible. That's the one he
I
owns.
kind of want
He
to.
owns the blue.
Wow.
He owns Leo.
I kind of wanted to go to this back in the day. So the Turtles were so big back in the day that kids had to go see the Turtles live because the Turtles actually existed. In 1990, Pizza Hut sponsored the Coming Out of Their Shells tour, a stage musical that featured the Turtles as a rock band.
That title wouldn't fly today.
No, you couldn't do that. Yeah.
Coming out of your shell.
The show debuted at Radio City Music Hall and set out on a 40-city tour across the country. However, if you missed the show, a live recording as well as a making of special were available on VHS. What's VHS? It was a thing called the VCR. Google it. The soundtrack was in record stores, but you could also get a copy at Pizza Hut, free with the purchase of any large one-topping pizza and a commemorative collector's cup.
That's how I
I'd
got
buy
it.
that today.
That's how I got
Yep. How about
it.
that?
You watch the entire concert on getting a personal pan pizza.
Now we'll get into the controversial territory here. The fifth turtle. Obviously, Slash doesn't count. Slash one of the bad guys in our mutant. Eastman and Laird heard more. What does it say? Eastman and Laird heard more than once that if 4 Ninja Turtles are good, then a 5th Ninja Turtle must be better.
And there's people like in the world right now that are the Kellys of the world who want representation of a female turtle.
Mhm.
I never said I wanted a
And-
female turtle.
And the
I was
only thing
happy
they
with
have is a
before.
damsel in distress, stupid April O'Neil.
there was no other females.
And we
There's
need
no other
we need a
toys.
badass representation of a female turtle.
I mean, now there is, but it's 30 years later.
Yeah.
Um,
We got it, just not the first time around.
yeah, the first time around was not that good. Although they resist the idea, the duo did come up with a fifth turtle concept that almost came to be. For the never produced fourth Turtles film, I wonder why a fourth one never. How that movie's gonna play there. So yeah, they created Kirby, named after their idol Jack Kirby, big comic book guy, artist, the legendary comic book artist who helped develop the Avengers, Fantastic Four, and X-Men, and other iconic superheroes. The character would have been introduced via a magic crystal that can bring drawings to life. Concept art of
Magic
Kirby,
crystal.
recently sold for $500 at auction. Shows he was a somewhat savage-looking turtle with striped skin and 4 fingers instead of 3. Yeah, because turtles just have that. The more the better attitude won out on a Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation. This was the canceled movie. This is actually no relation to the unproduced film. Oh God, a live-action TV series that ran from 97 to 98. Oh wow, real long runtime there. The show was produced by Saban Entertainment, better known for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and featured the same cheesy rubber suited production values. Why this guy's taking shots?
Well, the Turtles did show up on a Power Rangers episode.
Did they?
Yes.
I'd
They
like to
did.
see that.
They did.
I did
They
not see
showed up
that.
in Power Rangers in Space.
Wow.
Very early on in the season.
Very
Uh-huh.
terrifying looking costumes as well. Yeah. not as good as our
Yeah, as our buddies there.
all Christmas turtles.
Merry Xmas, fuckers.
Listen, you can get a brand new sealed copy of that for $400 on eBay. So if that's what you're looking for.
Yippee-ki-yay,
Get-
cowabunga.
Yeah, get it graded. Oy vey.
I know we're watching. That's
So-
that's my new Christmas movie.
Yeah, this next mutation that ran for a whopping 1 year featured the debut of Venus de Milo, a female Ninja Turtle complete with shell breasts, and she had her mask was braided in the back, took like hair, and
Yep.
it was purple.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it was purple. It was like light purple,
Like
indigo.
Lavender.
Yeah, lavender, whatever you want to say.
Couldn't go with just pink, right?
No, well, that's too obvious.
Yeah.
And
So let's go.
and there's no other colors.
Let's go super close to Donatello's purple.
Yeah, so that way people get confused. And,
But we got
and
turtle titties.
didn't it go all the way over her head? So it was like a
There's
bandana.
a bandana.
Yeah. As we go here,
I thought she was teal. Like I saw pictures of her being teal.
I guess
too.
It was
different
close,
pictures. Yeah, it's not like they could have used yellow. You know? Anyway, she was retconned onto the show as being a previously unseen fifth turtle in the bowl. So there was 5 turtles. You just didn't see the one.
Yeah.
And who knows what happened?
It was a little girl
She just-
turtle.
She
It
just
was
went
hot.
somewhere. The show was not a hit with fans, and even less so with Laird. When I asked what Turtles merchandise he now regrets, his response was, "The only licensed product that I truly regret is Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation." Now, in what year was this here? 2019. They said, "Let's make a fifth turtle, and let's make her a girl, but let's make her kind of cool." And there was a girl named Jenica who was part of the Foot Clan. And she was dying, and she was kind of turning on the Foot Clan. And then Leonardo and Donatello found her, and the only way to revive her was a blood transfusion. Then Donatello's like, "We can't do that because then you know what's going to happen. She's going to mutate," and she does mutate, which is that issue right there. And that's Jenica, and then she turns into a Ninja Turtle. And they did say they were going to name her Rembrandt because that
Ooh,
was
it
yeah. But it was a girl, but they said it didn't really work, so that's why they went with Jenica, and she doesn't have a name, and she has Wolverine claws, not
It's
actual.
weird that she has boobs.
Yeah,
It looks so weird.
it does look a little weird, but
Yeah.
like, you kind of like one thing, not like Jenica looks exactly like the Turtles. She's just a girl. She wears makeup and like so,
See, and
and
here's
she
the,
has a yellow band.
here's the thing with me. I guess I was such a tomboy. If you would have stuck a girl turtle in front of me at like 4 or 5, guaranteed I'm still gonna like Raphael. I'm sorry.
So here's
It's
for the
just
people
hilarious.
watching video wise. This is Jenica with the gang here.
That's Venus.
weird.
That's Venus. Sorry,
Yeah. And
Venus with the
she
gang.
does look more teal, but there she looks like Leonardo,
But look at those shell boobs right there.
and she's a
Weird.
little bit more lean.
It's
Yeah, she's a little thinner.
Yeah.
And
Not
this
as-
is like 10 years after we got those really cool looking
Yeah.
suits. And then here's another great shot of
Oh God, I do like the name Venus de Milo. It fits, but she shouldn't get. She should just be Venus.
and then here
Well,
is the
Venus was
drawing
a-
of Jenica.
Venus was a
Yeah.
famous painting in the Renaissance too.
Mm.
And
Aphrodite
Jenica's-
coming out of the
Yeah.
shell.
And Jenica's kind of badass. She's like
she's a cool
she-
character.
She has a heavy metal band, and she plays guitar.
You're a fan of the theater.
Yeah,
Ron.
yeah, I'm a fan of this whole run, and I got her 2 miniseries that came out.
Mhm.
So yeah, I highly suggest if you like Turtles, the IDW run. The other collections are out in hardcovers. They're like $50. Or if you want the little ones, they're smaller, but they're think 15 or 20.
They're good reads.
Yeah, they're very good. There's some controversies here. As harmless as the 1988 cartoon series was, it is still heavily edited for broadcast in the UK and much of Europe due to more stringent censors. Many of the action sequences had to be trimmed so the turtles weren't seen using weapons too often. Okay. Why even order the show then? Poor Michelangelo suffered the worst. In the UK, nunchucks are restricted, which meant his fight scenes were cut and replaced with him using a grappling hook instead. The name of the show was even changed to Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles because the word ninja had a violent connotation. It's a show about turtles that are ninjas that beat people up.
Okay, so we didn't like violence, like kicking and punching and stuff, but we could say fuck on the air in the UK.
Yeah.
You could see sex on the air in the UK.
Yeah, you could tits were in Benny Hill.
That was okay in the UK, but for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Yeah.
no.
We
Cunt,
don't like
cunt, a widely
yeah.
used word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cunt, well,
We
cunt is
don't
like
like
a buddy word
the
almost
word
over there.
ninja because what it gives connotations of. We just don't like ninja.
When I hear the word ninja, my face immediately
Yeah.
turns into this.
Yeah. Could you imagine that? Like,
It's never gonna get old.
You're gonna keep that
That-
in your little library there.
So many clips
Every
to
once
be
in a
made out
while.
of this.
That's gonna carry over to other episodes.
That's gonna be a clip.
Forever.
here's another good thing at the end here. So, one episode of the 4Kids cartoon series, Insane in the Membrane, was so dark it was pulled just before it aired in America. The Shredder has tortured scientist Baxter Stockman by slowly dismembering him. So Stockman creates a clone
He's
and
a fly.
transplants
Pull his arms
yeah.
off.
And then they made him a black guy later. He gets like a robot suit. But he will turn into a fly.
He was played by
I forget.
Medea dude.
Oh, okay. Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry.
Oh yeah, he transfers his consciousness into the new body. However, his new body decomposes, exposing muscle and bone. He's forced to sew fallen body parts back on. That is pretty dark for
kinda
a kids cartoon. So that's a quick overview of the Turtles. I grew up with them, played every single game. The games are still good to this day, except for the first one. That one sucks.
Yeah.
And then the comic by IDW is really good. You should check it out, especially since Sophie Campbell came on in issue 100. It was a new creative team, and that's when Jennifer Foley joins the team.
Now,
And they create all these new mutant turtles, and there's Mutant Town that the turtles have to live in New York, and they're separate because the mutagen bomb went off and it mutated like 25% of New York.
Mhm.
So they put all the mutants together. It's kind of like, so there's like themes of like racism and stuff in there, and the turtles like trying to rebuild. Splinter dies, and the Shredder comes back.
it still keeps this campiness, corniness, but it's taken serious.
Yeah, it's more of a serious thing, but it's not super serious where it's like, oh, this is
Now,
freaky bad.
the run that everyone's talking about for the comics, that
Mhm.
everyone's flocking over. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Where Donatello dies.
Well, the last Ronin.
Oh, the last one. Okay, yeah. So
That's the one everyone's like
yeah,
clamoring for
the-
the end. And
the last Ronin came out. What was that? Right in 2020, and it was the whole gimmick was all the turtles died but one. He's the only one left. He has all the weapons. Which one made it, and why is he still around? What
Mhm.
does he want to do?
so he's the last remaining turtle. All of his brothers are dead.
Yeah, it's in the
but
future.
You don't
Yeah.
know what turtle it is.
And this is like a standalone series. The 5th issue is the final one. It's yet to come out, so it doesn't have a.
They have
conclusion.
revealed who
Yeah,
it is.
I will
Right?
just fucking read it. It's Michelangelo. It's
Yeah.
the one you didn't think it would be.
Mhm.
Well, when they would talk about the turtles, and I don't know if it was in a cartoon or if it was a comic. I don't remember exactly where I seen it, but Splinter was kind of like, I guess he was talking to somebody like April or Casey or something, and he's like, "Well, who is the best turtle? Like, who is the like
The best fighter.
the best fighter? Like, who?" And he's like, honestly, like Leo is a great leader. Donatello is the brain. Michelangelo is, he's Raphael is, he's really strong and everything like that.
The
but
hot-headed
he's
temper.
hot-headed.
Yeah.
He goes, but if Michelangelo just took it serious,
Mhm.
he would be a light years better than all of his brothers.
That's what they say about Deadpool too. If Deadpool wasn't insane, he'd be the best assassin in the world.
So that was kind of like Michael. Like,
Yeah.
if Michael had a reason to take it serious,
Yeah.
he would dominate everything. Like
Yeah.
he could take on, like he could do what the turtles do by himself,
Mhm.
which is leads into this last Ronin.
And, the last one is so good. The art's great.
Yeah.
Not Peter Laird, but Kevin Eastman does a lot of art in it. Like anytime it flashes back to like what happened when the turtles died, it's Kevin Eastman art. And then when it goes back to the
Okay.
future, it's the current artist. I was like,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. And it's like some of it's black and white or black, white, and red.
Yeah.
And they show how like Donatello dies and Raphael dies.
The entire trade will be available, I believe.
early next year, because issue 5 comes out December.
They are pre-order on Amazon right now. And you
Yeah.
can get it from your comic book store, but it is art. Like you can get the entire all 5 issues.
Yeah, there will be a very nice hardcover that will come out
I will be buying it.
in March. I already said just put it on my pull list. Excuse me, because I
Yeah.
want it. It's so good. And like Fugitoid was a character they created in the end of the cartoon. The robot from the future. He comes in it and they think, oh, they're gonna do time travel. They don't do time travel, so they could connect it, but they don't have to connect it. But it's very good.
And then if you're also a comic book fan, just recently they made a movie as well as a comic book line where the Ninja Turtles collabed with Batman.
Yeah, there's actually 3 of those. I don't have those.
Yeah.
I want to get them, but the one book I do have, if you buy the hardcovers of the IDW run, they add all the miniseries at the time in with that. So I got the Ghostbusters one is in that. And
Ghostbusters, Power Rangers, and Batman were all in the run.
That's a nerd one, 101. There's also a nerd baby turtle. Her name's Lita. They found it because they found and she's named Lita because well, kind of. Jenica named her after Lita Ford because Jenica has a big metal head and Lita didn't have a name. They just found her in Mutant Town because she was a kid that got mutated and she's an albino turtle. And this is her first appearance and first cover appearance. And then future Lita comes back to the past and there's a whole story there and she has a pink band. So someone did get a pink band, but she's Lita. And the
art is so fucking cool.
The art's awesome. And the little dinosaur is named Pepperoni. That's Raphael's pet. The lizard girl is actually a gecko, and her name is Mona Lisa, and that's Raphael's girlfriend or Donatello's girlfriend. And then who else is on there?
Some girl with spiky face.
That's Jenica. That's Mona Lisa.
Okay.
And
She
this
has
is
spiky
this is
cheeks.
Pepperoni. That's the 1 in 50 variant.
And Pepperoni wears a bandana like a lady.
Yeah.
If we get another dog, we're naming it Pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
That just happened.
That one is like worth $250 to $300.
Good for you.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah. I like I said,
I actually sent that one to get graded, and I sent this one to get graded and got the night play. This one I bought because I wanted a Kevin Eastman autograph.
so essentially, if you really want to dive back into the Ninja Turtles, but maybe the cartoons and the movies are not for you because you feel like you've gotten older and you want more of a darker or more serious, the comic book line would be perfect for you.
You can, I believe it's, what's it called? Reborn or something. It's the, it picks up at 101 where you can see Jenica join the team in the whole Mutant Town thing.
Yeah.
And then you pick up from there.
This is my collection. I actually have the all 10 series, 10 seasons of the TV show. It's in the
Heroes
van,
in the Half Shell.
and it's all the
DVDs
in there.
I think there's a different
We have the
character in each
movies,
one.
too.
I mean,
Yeah. Or it's like themed by
Yeah,
season.
that's super cute.
But it's all 10 seasons, all 193 episodes.
Wow.
now I have not gone back to watch, which a lot of people say it doesn't hold up the same.
It doesn't.
But if you do watch the 2012 series, that does, and the 2006 one is still pretty good. Yes, it's just kind of Leonardo. It looks like Leonardo on all of them. I don't want to pull it out as Leonardo, but like, if you have 10 discs, why wouldn't you put April on, put Casey on, put Bebop on, Rocksteady? That's what they do for the graphic novels, the hardcovers. There's a different character in every one.
Yeah, every volume is a different. Yeah.
Even like no name characters, like there's Old Hob, because when the mutagen fell, right, and it hit the turtles, the thing rolled over and it hit a cat, and the cat was trying to eat the turtles, and the cat got mutated. So that's why they created a new bad guy, Old Hob. But his eye is scratched because Splinter scratched him to get him to stop fighting the turtles.
Yeah. That's
why they hate each other. That's how IDW runs that.
Let's do something real quick. I know we're longer for time, but it's a bi-weekly show. I'm not upset that I gave you 2 hours this week. I think it's fun. Let's fan cast the Ninja Turtles if we can do live. If we can do the voices, obviously we're not going to paint their faces green and put shells on them.
Someone make that movie.
So we're fan casting for voices only then.
Yeah, for
not
the
by
Ninja
look.
Turtles. Yeah. Here's how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna start with Anthony. Anthony can pick the character he wants, and we only can pick one character. We're going to go around so we don't get the one person to do all 4 characters. So we're going to go one person can pick a character and say who they would.
Oh, jeez, I don't even know.
So I'm going to start with you, Anthony. I'm going to put you on the pressure on first front up.
No idea.
I guess it's good we talked about this in the car.
You can pick any character and who's
I want
playing him.
Muckman, and I want him to be like he's real deep cut. Pizza face.
I'm gonna go with Michelangelo, and I'm gonna throw this out there. It's gonna be a really weird choice, but I think it'd be kind of fun. Will Ferrell.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
I like it. Nikolai.
Who did I say for Splinter? I don't remember.
Oh, Andy Serkis.
Yeah, Andy Serkis I think would be a good Splinter because he does a good like mocaps and stuff. So I feel like that's probably what we would be at currently anyway.
Andy.
Raphael gotta be a black guy. So how about The Rock as Raphael?
Well, you went real black there.
Yeah, well, he's half black. It still counts. They asked The Rock.
I feel like if you cast The Rock, Kevin Hart has to be Michelangelo. Like that's like
Yeah.
everything they do now, they have to do it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're both in that. What was that movie? Crypto?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, the crypto movie. He's another dog.
I would also like John Cena as a character, but I don't know who. He wouldn't make a good turtle.
He wouldn't make good Casey either. It's too big.
No.
What if he's
No
Super
voice.
Shredder?
Yeah, I don't know who John Cena
I'm
could
not
be.
good at I don't know them like well enough to like.
Kelly, who are you picking?
Well, my first thought is for April, but if this is like cartoon April,
Well, no, it
N-
could
or
be.
could-
Well, if this is live action, obviously CGI.
You
can't- cast the turtle.
They would do.
I was thinking Kaylee Kawako for April.
Maybe, yeah.
And then as a turtle, I was gonna say somebody serious like Benedict Cumberbatch or what was his name? The guy who does Doctor
He
Strange.
would be a Donatello.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
feel.
Donatello.
right.
I was thinking.
Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Did I say his name right?
Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah,
something.
hiding.
I have no idea.
Who you want to play Shredder? You're gonna pick Shredder.
A Japanese man.
The guy
You're like
from
the hardest one.
the guy from
Who
Community.
was
Jackie
the
Chan.
Scorpion in the new Mortal Kombat movie? He could
Yeah.
be
Jackie-
Jackie Chan.
Jackie
is
Chan.
Shredder.
That would be an
Jackie Chan,
interesting choice.
He's running up walls and stuff like, whoa, what kind of Shredder?
Yeah, or the guy from The
He's fight-
Hangover. I think
he's
he was the
fighting
guy in
with
the
a bully.
office. The guy from The Hangover, and he jumps.
Oh, the guy with the small penis.
Yeah.
Mr. Chow.
Yeah,
Mr. Ch- you want to fuck on me?
Yeah, that's it. There we go.
He throws the cum at them. I'll cast Casey Jones. I didn't put any thought into this.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
I actually, you know who I would cast as Shredder if I was doing like an animated, like as or either Shredder or Master Splinter. He would be one of the voices. I would do Danny DeVito. I think it'd be funny. You damn turtles!
I'd have him. He could be any like random
Oh,
bad guy.
I would put him in. If I can fan cast, like, here's 4 people I would put in any movie. It would be Charlie Day. So like
Okay.
Charlie Day would be Michelangelo. I would just do the entire cast of Always Sunny as the turtle.
D is not April. D is something else.
D is April.
D is Baxter Stock.
D's April.
No, she's a bird character.
Oh
She
yeah,
makes stuff-
yeah. She's an evil bird. Mac would be Leonardo. Dennis.
No, Dennis has to be Leonardo.
Yeah, Dennis. would be
Dennis is
there.
more the hothead, I would say. He
Oh,
wants to be the
Dennis
leader.
is a
Him and
creeper.
they battle.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Max Raphael.
I would go Charlie as
No one's Donatello.
Donatello would be
Artemis.
Artemis. Artemis could be April O'Neil.
yeah, Artemis.
The McPoyles
Speaking
are
of that, they actually just started an Always Sunny podcast,
really.
and it immediately took over the #1 podcast on Spotify.
Wow.
It beat Joe Rogan
And what are
like
they-
first
what-
week.
What are
Wow.
what's
They're
the,
literally starting from episode 1.
Oh, wow.
And they're doing what Office Ladies is
Oh,
doing.
cool.
Where
I'm so behind, but it's such a great show. Do you know Danny DeVito's writing a Batman comic and he's writing the Penguin storyline?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick that up. It comes out next month.
yeah, Danny DeVito beat everything. Danny DeVito as Pikachu would have been great. They were going to do Detective Pikachu, and they wanted him to
Yeah.
voice him. Yeah.
I can't do it in a video. Pikachu.
I'm the trash man.
Chew,
Trash
chew.
man.
I just get the trash and I eat the
I'm
garbage.
the goddamn trash man.
Oh, you got me.
Yeah.
He's bleeding. Cricket. Cricket would be like a foot soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he'd die every
dies.
episode. Yeah. I love it. Anthony, what do you got to plug?
Actually, with speaking of Ninja Turtles and stuff, I thought I'd bring up that Hasbro. I know on at least their site, all the pre-orders are sold out, but I think GameStop still has pre-orders available for the Ninja Turtle Power Ranger crossover, which they do in the comics, where the turtles actually get the morphers and they actually have their own versions of the suits.
Ooh, I'd be
I
interested.
kind of. I'm not a big Power Ranger guy, but I want the toys.
Turtles and Power Rangers were my shit. Like I was a Turtles kid, and then I went from Turtles to Power Rangers when I got older, and I was like, man, like they'd be cool if they crossed, and then they did, and I was like, oh, don't want that. And then the comic book I heard is really good.
Yeah, I did. I'd read it.
I think our generation, we jumped from Turtles to Power Rangers. 'cause
And
it
then
was just-
and
it was just the natural
you
flow
throw a
of things.
Pokemon in the middle.
See, I never got into
Yeah.
Pokemon.
You were either
But that was
Never
that was
watched
late. That was
Pokemon.
because Pokemon came to the US like '97.
Pokemon and Ninja Turtles were the 2 after-school shows for me.
Really?
Yeah.
But Ninja Turtles would have been done by then.
Ninja Turtles were done.
Well,
so
it was in
It was like
syndication.
so when I was a kid growing up in Shenandoah,
Mhm.
I was a Ninja Turtles kid. Ninja Turtles and pro wrestling. Almost got to GI Joes, and I was like, oh, I'm over it. Like,
It was over by that time.
yeah.
And they tried to bring it back
I
with it
was
last
not watching these. Like I was watching stuff I wasn't supposed to be watching.
What were you watching?
Like
scary movies.
grown up movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I shouldn't
You're
have
watching
been
hardcore porn.
Right.
And then when we moved to Monty City, the after school things were Pokemon and Ninja Turtles.
See,
I'm sorry, Pokemon and Power Rangers.
my
Okay.
after school thing was Batman, the animated.
Oh,
Batman.
yeah,
And
that
then
was
like
big.
if I didn't, and half the time, like I had a 2-hour bus ride going home.
Yeah.
So half the time I'd miss half of it and I'd be pissed. And then
Yeah.
Pinky and the Brain came on and I couldn't stand
Pinky and
Pinky.
the
I wasn't
Brain.
big
I
on
liked
them.
Pinky and the Brain.
Animaniacs.
I did
Yeah.
watch
Yeah.
the Power Rangers show.
Yeah.
but I
And
didn't
then
watched
watch
that a
late
little
at night, like, and then when it got later at night, I was the Cartoon Network kid, like
Mhm.
late
See, I
night
watched
Cartoon Network.
I watched TV
Fucking
Land.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast
Yeah.
was my favorite.
Oh,
I watched a lot of TV Land.
it's all right.
Yep, I loved it.
And Bragg talk like this. Bragg show. That was pretty good.
That was only when we got cable too, because we didn't get cable down in Barry until like 95. We had the
Satellite.
big satellite
And the old
dish.
satellite, because my
Yeah,
my
baby.
great grandparents lived a little bit down from it. It was the big old satellite. I
Satellite
think
dish.
it's still there.
And it would get hit by lightning every fucking time.
Oh fuck.
And you get
Yeah.
Channel 8 from Harrisburg.
And then whatever my dad was watching out in the big TV or the living room TV, the big TV, I had to watch in my room because that's how the way it was hooked up. Like I couldn't watch anything different.
When
from
you
this.
split cable years
Oh my
ago,
God.
you had the one
Yep.
source coming in.
What's
Yep.
this
And
cable splitter?
The only thing that can change the channel, change all the channels.
Channels.
So everybody watched the
Oh
same
my
thing.
God.
Yep. So I would
Did-
go
We
into
should
like
do a
Mortal
cable
Kombat.
episode. Cable TV history.
Yeah. What was I say about that? There's something I had a joke, but I forget anyway. Yeah, it was fucking nuts. Anything else you want to plug before we move to your brother?
No, I'm good.
I feel bad I didn't really incorporate you guys too much, but I'm out of my element doing it with people here and then people on the computer. It's definitely strange for me.
It's all
Nikolai,
good.
what do you get to plug?
So one of my favorite times of year is coming up this weekend. Yes, it's Thanksgiving and Black Friday, but a very special Black Friday. It's the Fright Rags
Ooh.
Black Friday sale. So we wear their shirts all the time, and
My
especially the
birthday is
shirts.
December 5th. Just put it out there if you're looking for a.
Well, a bunch of their shirts are going to be like $10. So if there's been
What?
Did you hear something?
yeah,
$10.
Heidi,
Yeah.
did you hear that?
I'm-
Say that one more
So-
time for Heidi.
they're going to be like $10.
$10
I
foot
don't
longs.
think my headphones are
Here,
working.
I'll turn them up.
So if there are shirts that you're missing that are on their site, be sure to go check that out. And it starts Friday at midnight.
I have a shirt I've been sitting on that I have not worn yet
22
because
yeah.
I'm waiting for either Jim Thorpe or for a Truth Behind
25th.
Illusion podcast.
Oh yeah.
I got the Krampus shirt.
Oh
nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not the one I wanted because it was sold out. I wanted the red one.
Did you get your cookie
Oh,
one
I
or
did.
gingerbread cookie man?
I'm so
Gingerbread
excited.
man?
Yeah, I wanted the red one where he's on top of the roof.
So that one sold out.
Yeah, for extra large. Yeah,
Okay. Well, they are doing a bunch of reprint stuff.
Ooh.
For
reprint
Black
Heidi for
Friday.
$10.
Well, I don't know about reprint. I mean,
Wow,
for
Heidi,
that,
you're getting a lot of.
You know my birthday's coming up too, right?
We've already established because I was born first that that is my birthday month.
No, that's not how it works.
That is not how that works.
It
Like
is.
when are you born?
The 15th.
I'm first on the 5th.
So you have a birthday week. She has a birthday
No.
week.
Nope.
Yeah, I get the
take-
last half
I
of the month,
take
and
the-
you get the first
I
half.
take the
of
month.
That's right.
She gets double gifted. She's closer to Christmas.
I do get double gifted. So boo.
Is that everything
I
else for your
didn't have
birthday?
this problem. I
Yeah, I
was
think
born
so.
on a non-holiday day. I was born on a pagan holiday, honestly.
I'm close to Easter, but that don't count.
That's zombie day.
Yeah.
What do you get to
That's
plug?
Zombie Jesus Day.
Zombie Jesus.
I was gonna plug a new Kickstarter I gave to. So there was a comic back in the '90s that I really liked called Cyberforce. Like all these people left Marvel, they made their own Image comics, and they kind of ripped off the X-Men. They're cybernetic X-Men. They're really cool, and it's called Cyberforce: The Complete Collection, Volume 1 hardcover. And I think there's still some early birds left, and you can get like all like I think it's 12 issues and a bunch of one shots for like $40, and a nice hardcover with the slipcase. It's very nice. It's
Because
very
you,
90s style art.
because you got
Oh,
me into
yeah.
Kickstarter, and I don't know, somehow I started following you. I get email alerts every time you kickstart
Really?
something. They're
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
Andy
sometimes
Hitter
it's 5 or
kickstarted.
$10,
Yeah.
but this is like
So don't kickstart anything weird. I'm gonna see it.
yeah, it's mainly it's like
Andy-
95% comic book stuff.
Andy
Listen.
kickstarted a triple-headed dildo.
Yeah.
We're still waiting on that porn crate.
I was just
Yeah,
Yeah, but
remember
there's not
Pump
enough,
Box?
there's not enough holes.
God.
It's ahead of its time.
Yes. Yeah, the early bird special, $45, and get yourself a nice hardcover Cyber Force. It's very X-Men, like cyber. They all have cybernetic enhancements. It's very
So
90s.
is that's truly what it like? I've never done a Kickstarter before, but I've seen them for tarot decks. And
We
stuff.
kickstarted the Tony Schiavone comic book.
The comic book. Okay.
So
We're getting
seats, yeah.
we're getting an
So
actual
when you
Tony Schiavone autograph.
send some money to it, or you send the proper amount of money, you will get the product.
So you can buy. There's
Yes.
tiers. Like you can buy if you just want the book, if you want a special edition version, or if you like if you want like a $5 tier, $10 tier, $20 tier. But usually if you go for like $20 or higher, then you get grouped into what do they call it?
Like the physical shipping. As long as you get a physical item, then like after a certain amount, let's say they say
the
if we
backer
make-
goals.
Yeah,
or
if we
whatever.
make $10,000, we're gonna give you a bookmark, and at $15,000, we're gonna give you a magnet and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And you get, as the money goes up, you get all that stuff for free as long as you get one physical shipped item.
There is one comic book line. This could be a good clip too, by the way.
And you
that-
don't. Oh, sorry. You don't get charged unless it's funded. So if they said we need to raise $5,000, if they only raise
Mhm.
$4,000, you don't get charged. You don't get funded. But if they get 5,000 above, then you get
Yeah.
charged at the end of it. There's always 30 days.
My first Kickstarter was a
La Morta.
Lamorta comic where it looks like Thunder Rosa.
Yeah.
So it's a girl. She was like a hitman or something, and then she dies and then comes back from the dead.
Mhm.
And she's like a killer assassin, but
Yeah.
she's like her face is painted like a sugar skull.
Yeah.
I did a Kickstarter for that for one issue, and we did it, and I did like the $30 book or whatever like that, and it tripled its Kickstarter thing, and like every. We got like I ended up getting like a crate in of like
Stickers, bookmarks, pins.
Wow.
pins, everything. Like I
Yeah.
got all this cool stuff,
Okay.
and I only
Yeah,
paid
now
for
I
a
get
book,
it.
but then I got like pins and stickers and all this really really cool
Well,
stuff
the
because
dollar came with it.
yep, it was a real that what's the name
Chaos
of that
Comics.
Cast
Or not
Comics.
Chaos. Sorry, Coffin Comics.
Coffin
They
Comics.
were Chaos.
They do Red Sonja.
Nope. Lady
No?
Death, La
Lady
Morta,
Death,
and
that's what
Hellwitch.
Yeah. And every time they do a Kickstarter, even if you're not super into it, they do a really cool thing. Like you feel like you kickstart it, and then because it does so well and so many people support it,
Mhm.
you get
Yeah,
a lot of cool
stickers
bonus
and-
content with it.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
kinds of
Now I
stuff.
get
art,
it.
art prints like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Kickstarter's fun. It's a way to. I actually kickstarted the Friday the 13th game when it first came out,
Okay.
and because I kickstarted, I got the Jason Savani or
Jason Schiavone.
Oh,
Tony Schiavone's in this
Tony
game.
Schiavone. I'm fucking Tony
Savini.
Tom Savini. Thank you. There was like 4 names going in my brain at one time. Tom Savini, Jason skin for the video game,
Okay.
It's okay. And then the rest of us got it without having to do that.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
fucking Xbox and PlayStation just put it on the marketplace for free by accident, and everyone just
Everybody
got it for free.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a good video you want to watch, that What Happened guy, Matt McMuscles on
Mhm.
YouTube. He does a What Happened to Friday the 13th, and it's kind of a mess.
Yeah.
Video game.
It's insane.
And it's tied up in licensing
Yep.
problem.
It was just it's a shame because it
It
was
is.
really fucking fun.
and that's why there's no
It was
new
fun.
movies.
we had so much fun playing that game. Remember
Mhm.
when I legit scared the shit out of somebody and they screamed on the microphone? They were like going through a house and they were rummaging, and then he's like, "I'm just gonna go out this window." And he's like, I hear him whispering to his like he crawled out the window, and I'm just standing there as Jason waiting for him.
Mhm.
And he hit the window, and I just grabbed it. Yeah,
One of the coolest outfits is the NES Jason
Yeah.
outfit.
and then
Game.
would play the music.
Oh yeah, the 8-bit music.
Mhm.
That game was awful.
Uh,
The Nintendo one.
yeah, it wasn't like impossible to beat.
Yeah, you can beat it, but it's so hard.
Yeah.
It's not a good game.
What do you want to plug?
I'm actually taking a break from in-person Reiki sessions now, so I'm just doing distance Reiki, and I'm going to be working on some Reiki jewelry and stuff going on. So that's about it. My girlfriend Jackie, we went to the gem show over the weekend. We got a big supply of gems. She'll be putting them on her Facebook page for purchase soon, so look out for that.
Cool.
Every time she says gem, I think gem.
Gem in
the holograms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heidi,
Okay, done.
what do you want to plug?
I know I plugged it before, but I'm gonna do it again because
Because you
What's it
love
called?
it so.
yeah, because I love it. And Small Business Saturday is coming up. So Nikki, her shop is Persephone
Go ahead,
Eclectic,
get into that.
and her sister's shop is Dear Departed.
They make cool
Odd
shit.
Shop.
Yeah, they
They're-
make really nice stuff.
Yeah.
I don't
I've been
mean
checking
shit
out.
like negative. Like
Dearly
really cool.
Departed
Yeah.
Art Shop, yeah. And they're on Etsy.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna be. I think it's the Pottsville Library on Saturday.
Yeah, they were there before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for Small Business Saturday, they're gonna be there.
I'm really
Check
trying to
them
get them
out.
on interviews with everyday people, but she's afraid to get on in front of a camera. But I want
Oh,
them
Nikki?
to come on, Nikki and her
probably
sister.
Haley too.
Yeah, but I want them to. I've offered the extension out for them to come on. I want even them and Zach for them to come on because they make cool things.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of doesn't make as much now,
Yeah.
but
he's like
makes cool
helping.
stuff.
He's doing some like wood.
It's
stuff
so
and,
funny that
like,
I was obsessed with his stuff for a very long time
Yeah,
and
like, we
didn't know who
bought
he
some
was.
stuff
And
before
then
we
we
knew him.
met you guys, and
Yeah.
then I met Andy and
Yeah.
Rish, and then they're like, oh, and I was like, dude. Like he's the
We
guy who
have
made the
something
Halloween
good.
masks, and they were all over the one tattoo shop in Pottsville at the
Yeah.
time. Well, was it skin art?
I don't think it was skin art.
I forget
can't
what
remember who it was,
Illusions
though.
or something like that it was called. I forget, but all his art was on this
Yeah.
tattoo shop,
Yeah.
and I actually bought his Necronomicon book, like it was
Yeah, I
a
remember
cigar
yeah,
box.
Yeah,
And I
that's
was like,
cool.
dude, this
I
fucking-
seen that, but when he made it,
Yeah, I was like, this is so fucking cool, and I bought it, and then like years later we become friends. I was like,
How
I
about
own
that?
your shit.
Yeah.
And they're so talented. They make really cool stuff, and it's
Yeah.
like if you're into like. I don't want to say like the dark, but it is. It's like if you're into like Ouija
Gothic,
boards and,
yeah.
and
If you're into
planchettes.
if you're
Coffins
into like the
Occult.
left-hand path
Yeah.
and the occult
Yeah.
type stuff, yeah.
Did you ever make the Camp Crystal Lake things?
No, not yet.
Oh, I want
I'm
one
sure
of those
she's
so
good.
bad.
Yeah, she's such a Mike. Whatever.
She
I
made
think I got some
these
stuff from my
cubes.
mom.
She made these cubes, and it's like the wax, so it looks like it's underwater. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
welcome to Camp Crystal Lake sign.
Yeah.
And they actually took because he proposed to her.
I was
at
just gonna
Camp-
say that. Yeah.
at- So when
So
she
cool.
actually took pieces of the dirt and sand from the
Mhm.
beach and the lake, and were like,
I didn't know that they actually took like the dirt. That's cool.
and when they make these Camp Crystal Lake cubes for people, it's actually made with the dirt and sand from
From-
where Jason's
Yeah,
mom got her
New
head
Jersey,
cut
yeah.
off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
so cool.
It's awesome.
It is.
They make such
Like
cool
resin
stuff,
stuff.
and it's all
There's a lot of
local. So go
resin.
support
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, that's what I
resin
mean. Like
stuff
small
looks good.
business, go support
Yeah,
everyone
Myersville,
local.
Pottsville.
Yeah.
They're good people.
Uh,
If you guys are listening, harass them to come on the
yeah.
podcast.
I sent for her birthday. Haley and Nikki's mom is a big fan of mine, so I sent her a picture, a surprise, and I signed it and I wrote to Paula, love Andy, and I packaged it. I didn't tell her, and then she's like, I love the picture you sent, and then Nikki's like, oh, here's the picture. It'll be hanging up soon. Guess where it's hanging? Next to all the kids. I haven't have a light that's shining on me.
Can we do a Shawn Michaels pose where you're like,
Oh, she would love that.
where you're like with the belt in front of your
Yeah.
crotch?
Paula would absolutely love that.
That's what we're gonna do when we get our title made for TTP. We want
Yeah.
to get an actual title made, and we're all gonna take turns posting naked with
Yeah,
it.
like the Tommy Dreamer picture.
I'm gonna stay fat on purpose.
We get two for Kelly.
Yeah.
Or she has a blanket or
No,
something.
well, Jordan
stash.
Gracious did it with the TV title where she had it laying where it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and like her legs were like you couldn't see it. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get classy. with
Yeah.
it.
Classic.
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 Figure it out.
Classic.
It'd be like old Playboy.
That took a weird turn. IWEPnetwork.com are all of our stuff. Do you want to throw another ad read out?
Yeah,
quick?
we
Oh, yeah,
I
we do
forgot.
them
I
all?
forgot the shoehorn. We got to take turns though, because I think
Yeah.
that'd be funny too.
Yeah, I'm not taking turns because I'm like, no offense, but I'm not good reading enough.
Oh well, you
Okay.
can help out with this one, Kelly.
The Tree of Life.
Yeah.
Life.
You've been to the Tree of Life Medical.
Yeah.
What can you buy at the Tree of Life Metaphysical Shop located in Ringtown, Pennsylvania?
Dead bodies.
I don't think you can get dead bodies.
Not yet.
But if you have a problem with dead
Well,
bodies,
Tree of Life has tons and tons of events going on right now. Tons of different classes, candles, anything metaphysical you really need. Herbs, candles, crystals. She's got it all over there. Sherry does. So check out the shop.
Yeah, we have the entire chakra set balls
Got a bunch of
here.
balls.
We got crystals.
balls.
We got
we got these fucking balls with
We
the
got these
symbols.
balls.
We got two shades of blue ball. We
Yeah.
got green ball. We got yellow ball.
I bought my
This actually should be
Tree of
more-
Life Metaphysical.
We got
more of an
we got
indigo.
crystal rocks, gems, whatever you want to. They're all there. The whole gang's
You
here.
can get all that stuff, tarot cards and more.
Yeah.
392 West Apple Street, Ringtown, Pennsylvania. Tree of Life Metaphysical
Go
Shop.
hungry because there's a deli next to it.
And it is fantastic.
Oh,
They're only
Apple
open,
Street,
like, early,
man.
right?
Yeah, you
I
gotta
always
you
miss
gotta go
them.
for Apple Street. Apple Street's only open from Monday through Saturday, and she's only open until 2:00.
Yeah, and you know
so
what?
need to get there.
She was kind of good looking, I want to say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was kind of
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah. I
Um,
grew so it's funny. I grew up with her sons.
Oh, yeah.
Like we're like the same age.
I graduated.
And we
with
were
one
always
of them.
like,
Dude, your mom's up.
yeah, your mom's really her mom. Their mom, she aged very well. She's
Yeah.
a very,
She's very
she's a beautiful
pretty.
woman.
But-
She's very, very nice. I've known her since I'm a kid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How about that? We didn't do the
She
tagline.
makes the best sandwiches, though. I will say that
the
they
sandwich I had
rival,
was very good.
Yeah,
They're rival Farlow's. Like Farlow's used to be the big thing in Ashland. If you remember Farlow's.
Yeah,
cookies
Farlow's
used to
don't
be
exist no more.
huge.
Yeah.
But
Farlow's,
hers
RIP.
really does
Yeah.
rival Well, he's not dead, is he?
No,
Oh, just the shop is,
the
yeah.
business is dead.
I was gonna
It
say,
moved to
I've
Pottsville,
seen
and then it's no longer.
Farlow used to come into my office.
Oh,
but-
not they sold it. He sold it.
Yeah,
They sold
he
to another
sold it.
family, and then the family
Yeah.
took it over in Pottsville, and
Yeah,
they
it
just
was a
recently
mess.
closed.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, her Apple Street Club is our Apple Street Turkey. I think that's the one with the spinach dip in it. It's awesome.
We do have 2 more episodes to air. What I'm thinking is I'm going to air the. I'm really, really sorry. I completely brain
Cassie?
fart. Cassie, thank you. You knew I already messed up. We're
I was
gonna,
like, I don't know what you're talking about.
we're
So I
gonna
can't help
air.
you.
We're gonna air Cassie's episode Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, cool.
So we're so the same
and that's
day.
the only one left, right?
So
There's 2. And
Oh.
Kelly's episode.
Oh,
Yeah, so we're
don't
gonna air
need to
that.
air my.
Yeah.
Put the turtles up.
Yeah, so we're gonna put Cassie's episode up Thanksgiving Day at 12 o'clock, and then later on at night at 7 o'clock we're gonna
Mhm.
air Tornado Tags podcast at Backbreakers.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
they were asking me when.
So on Thanksgiving we're gonna give you 2 bonus episodes that day.
there you go. So eat that, and if you want to get away
Eat
from your family,
that.
because you know,
If you're sitting in a car
You
waiting for
sneak
Black
away.
Friday, you can put
if
it in
you're
your
waiting
head.
for that
You're
Xbox,
you're sitting waiting for your stop.
that
What-
Get out of the-
PlayStation.
What you
at
can
the
do,
shop.
what you can do is you can walk around with your phone on speakerphone.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
and
then
listening to the podcast.
Better yet, get one of those JBL clips
and everyone else can
Carry
hear it
around
and get
every-
mad
Yeah,
because you're waiting in line to get this
Or
Xbox.
they'll be so happy. They'll be like, "What is that great
Yeah,
podcast?
what is
yeah, they're really funny.
Where can we get a T-shirt?"
Yeah, where can I get it?
IWPnetwork.com. That's all we got. Thank you. We gave you a long episode this week. We gave you 2.5 hours.
Oh my god,
Of fucking
Oh
gold.
my god.
it was stomach problem.
Good luck clipping this episode.
Stomach
Yeah.
Yeah.
problem.
I already got ideas.
Uh, Listen, there's
I
a,
hate the following people.
there's a lot of things we're grateful for. Grateful for everyone that's been supporting this podcast. I'm
Mhm.
grateful for all of yous putting all this time in and doing this journey. Coming up on year 4, and I think the greatest thing to be thankful for.
Is that Turtles picture?
I was waiting for it.
We'll see you next time.
Get one more.
See ya.